Hello everybody, welcome, oh god, why are we on a black, there we go, I was going to say why are we on a black screen. Hello everyone, welcome. One thing you'll notice immediately, check it out, the intro finally isn't broken. It's neither crunchy nor with missing potatoes. Check this out, here we go. Who would have thunk it? I did too many episodes with a crunchy intro, but we got it now. We're all good. So yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you're all doing good. We haven't recorded for what, 3 days? Oh dear. Yeah, but it sort of had a weekend as far as the series is concerned. It's because I'm working on another project, which you guys will see soon. And just like the timing based. Yesterday I was very close to recording, but yeah, just the timing kind of ended up not really working out. But anyway, so we're back. I have been playing a little bit. As I said at the end of the last part... Oh, no, I've ruined it. I've spoiled it. Okay, here. As I said at the end of the last part, I was going to get the... Oh, I've spoiled it even with that. I was going to get the fancy new armor going, right? The order closed. So this is from the DLC quest with the Rip in Time and the Lich who regretted becoming a Lich and wanted to go, you know, go back in time with an Elder Scroll. And we thwarted their attempts. So, yeah, we're like a member of some weird order now. And so here's what we're going to look like. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Actually, let's get in the light here. Haha. That is the order armor. It's pretty cool. I mean, you got the wings, and I guess is that Akatosh supposed to be on our helmet up there? But yeah, looking very swanky, very badass. Now, in terms of actual quality, so this armor scales... You can bin it and go speak to that NPC again and get the armor back again. And then you can bin it and get it back. And every time you do that, it will scale to your current level. So I'm level 18. I just collected this level 18. It's actually equivalent to Ebony stuff. So we're not actually any stronger than we used to be. You know, we have around the same armor value of 67 here. But we do look very fancy, of course. Now, the shield is a little bit of an issue because... you know, I'd rather be using Spellbreaker. Oh god, have I deposited Spellbreaker? Ew. Yeah, that might be alright, actually, at the moment. So, but, you know, we'll run the full set, at least for an episode or two. I think this looks really cool. And, yeah, this is the new DLC outfit. So I have enchanted it as well. So this is what I was sort of running around trying to figure out what to do. We still don't really have... like some... I don't know what to do that's fun with enchanting on the armor. Obviously, we need, like, the base spell to unlock the effect to play around with it more. So the last set I had, I put a shit ton of Fortify Magicka on it, remember? Which increased our maximum Magicka pool really high to, like, nearly 400, I think it was, or early 300s at the very least. So we're now back down to 200. You notice the number is in grey, it's not in green, it's not boosted in any way. So the first question is 200 Magicka enough to cast our spells? And it is. At level 100 Destruction, you know, Scorching Blow here, for example, only costs 40. Frost Blast, the AoE Frost Explosion that I've got, only costs 60. So we can get multiple casts of this in. And the rest of it's just about regenerating Magicka, really. As long as we have enough Magicka to cast this off. The most expensive spell I have, you can see here with the Lightning Bolt, is Water Dancing. Which is our, you know, our ability to make our horse walk on water, which technically I can't cast now because it costs 229. But as we continue to level Alteration, we're going to find that number goes down and down and down. So, you know, and like Protect Other here costs 139. Devour Health is perfectly at 200, but it's Restoration, so whatever. But yeah, so we can cast the stuff. So all the Fortify Magicka stuff really wasn't that necessary with the enchantment, I guess. Another thing you could do is Fortify Intelligence, and every 1 point of Intelligence equals like 3 Magicka or something. But that doesn't. So I did the maths on it, and you end up with less. It is best to Fortify Magicka. Don't worry about fortifying Intelligence and trying to convert or anything. Fortifying Magicka straight up is the best way to do it. And now remember, this is all with my own enchantments. This is not with sigil stones from Oblivion gates, which are another way of doing it and are even stronger. In fact, after you hit level 17, you can get, and we're over level 17 now, if you do an Oblivion gate, if I do an Oblivion gate right now, I will get the top tier sigil stone, and we can get some really powerful effects. So, on that note, today we're going to be going back to Oblivion. We're actually going to do some main story, and I'm going to see what I can get with sigil stones. Now, so you're still wondering, well, what have you enchanted in the WP? You don't have Magicka on it anymore. What have you got? Well, I went with Feather. I don't know. So the Shield of the Order has feather. This is a max level feather thing. 50 points. We got the helmet, the greaves, the gauntlets, the cuirass, the boots. It's a pure feather set. So my total carry at the moment is nearly 300. Christ knows what on. And then it's my cap is 700. That's before drinking any potions. So that means we can loot a bit longer before we, before we resort to feather potions and we feel like we're on time limits. Mike did point out that a lot of the elven stuff I've been leaving on the floor is worth quite a lot of money, so I do want to loot a bit more today. But yeah, so that's it really. I just put feather. Oh, the last thing is the amulet. So I also grabbed an amulet out of our chest at Leowin. And just one that I thought looked pretty, because ultimately it doesn't matter, right? It's not previewing for some reason. That's very strange. Don't know why it's not previewing. But I picked an amulet, and I did originally think, okay, I'll put feather on this as well. It would be another 50 feather, another 50 carry capacity, which is kind of nice. But in the end, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to have light? So the first thing I actually did was I enchanted this shield with a light effect, and I went into third person, and it worked. There you go. Well, we have a light there. Then then I reloaded, and I thought, well, okay, the shield may be one thing. And I figured because you actually see the model, I might get the light effect just regularly or something. Like, I don't want the light effect bugging. I don't want to look at the floor. I don't want to have to toggle into third person. I don't want it to despawn after a couple of cycles. So I thought, well, I'll put it on the shield, and it seemed to work. So then I tested my luck and put it on the amulet. So this is the amulet of light now. And when I was last playing it was bugging again. Today it seems to be working a bit more. But I love this idea that we just constantly have this shiny effect on us, you know? I think that'd be amazing. So, whatever. I have an amulet of light. The rings, obviously, I'm keeping as Namira and Sunfire. Obviously, these are just way too good. So that's it really for gear. The other thing that I changed a little bit was our Atronach. I was running around, so I wanted to make a frost one. Just get the frost salts out of the storage at Leowin and then put them up in the altar. I was trying to get a frost one, but it said I couldn't. I came here. Remember we'd left the fire guy just randomly at one of the guilds? Well, I didn't know where I'd left him. So I wasn't allowed to make a new, and I couldn't dismiss the old one either until I found it. But I had no idea in Cyrodiil where we had put it. No idea. So I thought, oh, well, that plan's in the bin until I logged in. I turned it back on, and as I was just running around collecting ingredients, I realised we'd left the fire one at the Leowin Mages Guild. It was right there. Like, I took a portal, and then it was there. So I dismissed him, came here, and we have a frost one. Just because it's on theme, right? We're frosty themed at the moment. Look, our axe is frosty. Oh, yeah, that's the last thing, actually. So the axe obviously gets different enchantments. This one's pretty cool. I've gone with AoE Soul Trap and AoE Frost Strike. It's very, very, very similar to Frost Wave. And I called it the War Axe of Frosty Order instead of just the War Axe of Order. So it's got a 7-second AoE Soul Trap on there. It doesn't say unless we go deeper into the details here. But it is AoE. And then it's got the frost damage. I wish I could get rid of the 1 second. I couldn't find a way to do it. If you remember in the last episode, I actually just found like an electric mace that had the flat. But whatever, we're not electric themed right now. So we're very icy themed. Another thing I could have done is put Fire Shield on all of my armor if we're going to be going to an Oblivion Gate today. And Fire Shield would have put us to 85 armor easily, and it would have given us a lot of resistances. But I have another plan for the Oblivion Gate we're going to do. It's going to be a kind of a fun and really wacky way of getting through it. So, so there you go. That's me catching up with what we've done. Now, we are at Frostcrag, so what we could do, of course, is hit any one of the teleporters and go to any one of the other Mages Guild branches. And is the Arcane University on the list? It must be, right? Oh, hey, Boots. Oh, Boots, I saw... Boots, I saw you've got a message for me on Discord. I haven't actually looked yet. We'll get around to that, I promise. Yeah, hello to everybody in chat. Hello, hello, hello. So, basically, we could go anywhere we like. Once again, it's snowy and it's icy and we don't get the views. But I'm actually going to stay up north here. We are going to go straight to do some Oblivion stuff. So, looking over at our main quests, right? There's a bunch of things I want to do today. We have the pelt for Hercene, okay? So we'll do that. We'll get that Daedric artifact. We'll figure that story out. That's a really sad story, by the way. So prepare yourselves. We're going to do something pretty horrible for Hercene. This is the hunt guy. you know, the werewolf guy or whatever. In the last episode, we were going to do a little bit more of the arena, which I still want to. So we'll go back and we'll do a little bit in the Imperial City. Also, heavy armor. Remember, there's a heavy armor. The blunt trading is someone called Arenanet in the Imperial City as well. So we'll do that. We're going to finish this Crimson Cave. So we found the leaflets at the Daedric Shrines. We found the one of the statue of the Lucky Lady in Bravil. And now, a Mythic Dawn undercover agent named Rhiannoline told me to go to Mingo Cave wearing the Mythic Dawn's attire. And so you'll see in our inventory, we do actually still have the Mythic Dawn stuff with us. So, oh look, that's so cool. Even when folded up and you're not wearing it, it gets the frost effect on it, the frost shader. Like it's frosty armor. That's so cool. So if that was just on the floor in the environment, it would look frigid and frosted in place. That is really, really badass. So yeah, we'll do that. And also, so before all of that, before we even go to Bruma, I'm going to go back to Cloud Ruler Temple, because I think the Emperor-to-be has a little something for us. I think, anyway. We'll see. It depends how much we've done since we last spoke to him. So last we spoke to Martin, we gave him a Daedric weapon in a quest called Blood of the Daedra. Well, there's another quest called Blood of the Divines, which we're looking to do too. They never called it Blood of the Aedra. But yeah, oh, he's not here. Is that because it's late at night?
What do you need, friend?
I don't know.
Whatever you need, friend.
Well, he doesn't want to say anything to us,
Uriel's
does he?
spirit guide us in these troubled times.
May it indeed, may it indeed. We got Joffrey here.
Don't forget, Captain Bird needs your help to close the Oblivion gate outside of Bruma.
So like I said, we got two stories going on at once. We've got the gates that are popping up everywhere, and we have Martin's ritual.
May Talos guide you, my friend.
And if a certain amount of in-game time passes, so let's go just sleep at the barracks, I guess, and see what happens. We can continue that, so I want to at least see what he has to say.
Have you helped Captain Bird and his men close the Oblivion
Jesus,
gate
dude.
yet?
Yeah, look, I tried.
Good morning, sir.
Well, we could sleep. I kind of do want to sleep as well, by the way, because the game, I feel like we're strong enough now. Maybe by the end of this episode, we'll level up again. We'll hit level 20. I'm just nervous about pushing us into a place where all the content variety is all just end game, you know. Spreading it out a little bit might be nice. But then again, I was reading... Oh, he's not in here either. I was reading, like, just overall progress through the main story, if you will, where we are. And we're a good chunk through. There's like 16 main quests, guys. And we're on like 10 or 11 in a way right now. The thing is...
Good evening, sir.
Well, you'll see what happens with it all in a minute. He's not here, is he? He's seriously not here. Does he sleep in the really fancy chambers, maybe upstairs? Do they give him, like, the best room? That makes me wonder, would this be where Uriel would sleep as well?
Have you helped Captain Bird and his men close the Oblivion gate yet?
No, not yet, not yet. Oh my god, he does get the fancy room.
Security, I mean, I'm just not sure we're doing enough. He is the last of the Septim line. His death would spell our doom.
We're all on edge, and for good reason. But we can't give in to panic. Let's deal with this together, as the Blades always have.
Wow.
One mind and one blade, of course.
It's pretty clear, isn't it? We failed once. We must not fail again. But let us discuss this no more. Come what may, the Blades will stand ready.
May Talos guide you. What
That's
do you need, friend?
amazing. That was quite a detailed Radiant AI conversation, possibly based on Boris.
Something's come up. We can't wait.
Something's...
What do you need, comrade?
Oh god, I'm curious about what they're saying again down here now. I can't stop thinking about the Emperor. We failed. We failed because we got complacent. We got arrogant. Now the Empire's paying the price, she says. Dude, they have really good conversations up here with the Blades. There's been concern of mine as well, and I take it the others, they're of the same mind. I think we might have heard that one. Alright, I'm going to wake him up in the middle of the night, rudely. Oh, yeah, it's 5 in the morning, that's good. That's a reasonable hour, right? Up you get. Hello.
I figured out another item needed for the ritual, to open the portal to Cameron's paradise.
Perfect.
The second item is the counterpart to the first, the blood of a divine. This was a terrible puzzle to me. Unlike the Daedra Lords, the gods have no artifacts, and do not physically manifest themselves in our world. How, then, to obtain the blood of a god? But Joffrey solved it. the blood of Tiber Septim himself, who became one of the Divines. This is a secret remembered only by the Blades, passed down from one Grand Master to the next. Joffrey should tell it to you himself.
Wait, it's a secret? Whoa, holy fuck, that blows my mind. Okay, yeah, this is pretty epic. Okay, so first of all, so what happens, right, is you do Blood of the Daedra, and then what it is you need at least 1 week, not a day, a whole week. And I don't know how often that happens in Oblivion, that you need a longer period of time. But you have to wait at least 1 week, and then his quest will proceed. That's very Daggerfall-esque, by the way. Daggerfall has loads of stuff like that, where it's basically like, and in a lot of ways, that's like the genesis of this genre or this franchise, the Bethesda style of RPG. Like when you look at Daggerfall, they were very often saying, "Okay, roleplay, have fun, do whatever you want." After enough days pass, whether because you're traveling between cities and stuff, you're gonna get a message from a character. And then the main story continues. You do that, and then you're open to roleplay again. Do this, do that. They played with time quests a lot more there. So anyway, I like seeing stuff like that in Oblivion. But yeah, so you have to wait a week, and then he will speak to you again. The way that this usually goes for most players is they do Blood of the Daedra. They immediately hear that they need to speak to Joffrey about the Bruma Gate, and then they just go do that. And then once they're done with the Bruma Gate, they come back. And if they've been really efficient and just beelining through the game, then they have to sit around and wait. But usually enough time has passed that then whatever. For us, Martin will be ready again. For us, we've done so much fast traveling all over the place the past like 2-3 episodes. I mean, we have zipped all over, and I was basically thinking to myself, I hadn't tested it or anything, but I was thinking to myself, I bet a week has passed already in game. So we can kind of do Blood of the Daedra and Blood of the Aedra, Blood of the Divines, sorry, back to back. Which might be fun. I don't know whether I want to go to Oblivion. We'll have a look at that first, and the Bruma Gate. But yeah, that's crazy. So for me, it's been common knowledge that Tiber Septim became the god Talos. That was like common knowledge. Isn't that something that everybody celebrates? In Skyrim, isn't the whole Civil War, at least in part, it's like common knowledge. It's funny that they say that that's a secret. It's also funny how he blurts out just some mind-blowingly huge lore information there. Which, again, shouldn't happen. I think there needed to be more supporting material sometimes with this. I mean, you can say, but the in-game books, but I don't know, man. Anyway, alright, so what? You want me to go find some guy's blood?
I've learned that the Mysterium Xarxes is both the gate and the key to Cameron's paradise. In some sense, the book is Cameron's paradise. Manca Cameron bound himself to the Xarxes when he created his paradise, using dark rituals which I will not speak of further. A gate can be opened from the outside, however. It will be more difficult, as I will have to temporarily bind myself to the book. But I believe it can be done. I will continue working to decipher the arcane items needed for the binding ritual.
Okay, sorry. So looking over at chat here, first of all, Boots, hi. He said, are you going to play through Skyrim after this, before 6 comes out? I don't know. I mean, it's weird, because I do really want to play Skyrim at the moment. Skyrim would be, like, semi-blind at this point. I probably haven't done a playthrough of Skyrim for, like, 10 years. And even back when I was playing it, you know, I never finished the game. So it might, if people would, that's the thing, if we're getting donations and stuff and people are in chat and people want to watch it, I think it would be fun. I kind of like the idea of doing that. I like the idea of, I shouldn't say all this shit, these are not promises, guys, but I like the idea of doing an Oblivion run, then a Skyrim run, and then a Skyblivion run, right? Because it's like you get A, B, and then you get the mix together, the A-B mix. I think that'd be really interesting, and that would put us in a great place for 6. If 6 comes out, I mean, I'm thinking next year or the year after for 6, something like that, probably. I mean, it's funny to hear myself say that so many years after 5, but, you know, they got a tall order. They got a lot to do. So, yeah, I don't know. And then there's Morrowind, you know. Honestly, playing Oblivion here has just made me want to go to Open Morrowind, like, a lot. So we'll see. I mean, it's a huge franchise, isn't it? And the only reason I'm so filled with ideas and things to do right now is because this has been so good and so fun. Anyway, Naomi, thank you so much. Speaking of donations, $7 Canadian there. Always happy for your streams. Thank you to the people who are supporting this monetarily as you're watching this along. Thank you so much. It's not going to avoid. It really matters, and it really helps me. Thank you. Belgiode says, wait, Mingo Cave. I just stumbled upon that place yesterday, wandering the woods. Yeah, we'll be going there soon. That's one of our locations that we'll be going to today. And Cograth as well, with the gift memberships there. Thank you very, very much. Let's call dibs on this frosty thing here, then. Wendy's can stay over there. Shall we call that? What are we doing? We're calling the Frost Ashenarch Wendy, are we? Thank you, Cograth. Again, all the same thanks and gratitude.
Be sure to speak to Joffrey about the armor of Tiber Septim. I'll continue my study of the Mysterium Xarxes.
It's fun to think that there's a world where there were a bunch of Adric quests that you could do in this game. You know, Adric shrines. Alright, he's off to bed. Look, what a great guy. You know, I can relate to this. When you get woken up in the middle of a deep sleep, you have a full-blown conversation, you get back in bed and you're out like a light. I know that there's some insomniacs listening to that. Very, very jealous of me there. But I don't mean initially going to sleep. Sometimes it can be a while to initially go to sleep. But, oh, by the way, yeah, he's got like a journeyman retort here and stuff. I think random alchemy and new books and things do appear as each of his quests continues.
Evening,
hello, Royland. Right, now, where's Joffrey? Did you go to sleep? Does he sleep with the boys down here? Jaina, Ferrum, Achille, Boris, and Joffrey. That's awesome. So if we'd let them die, these two beds would be empty, would they? Up you get, Joffrey.
Don't forget, Captain Bird needs your help to close the Oblivion Gate outside of Bruma.
I can imagine a version of this game where they... You basically, you can't interact with people while they're asleep. They just tell you to fuck off. Or they bind it, right? Like, if you don't have over 75 disposition with the character, then you're not allowed. I find it interesting there is no disposition wheel with a character like Joffrey. There's another idea with this game, which is that, like, you can't access the mini-game unless there are certain circumstances that have been complete already. Like, maybe after you do a character's associated quest, or after you've done a certain amount of purchasing already at the shop. I don't know. Because the persuasion thing's kind of fun, but in a way, it does just invalidate pretty much any dialogue choices, right? Like, what is the loop here? We interact with the person. If you can't get the details, you just spin the wheel a few times, and then you can. Over and over and over and over and over and over again, you know? It's not really that deep after a while. Anyway, so the armor of Tiber Septim. So Tiber Septim, the real, original goddamn guy. I mean, in some ways, Oblivion does really big stories. This is very... I hate to say it, alright? I don't want Guild Wars 2 catching strays all the time. But this is Oblivion's a bit GW2-y, isn't it? Not launched GW2, but, you know, some of the seasons and stuff. And through no fault of anyone in particular. But, you know, this idea that you got really big stories, but very, very, very little screen time for them, right? I mean, Jesus Christ, Oblivion is showing the death of the final Septim there, Uriel. There is no heir except Martin upstairs. Huge moment, really, alone. And we're also circling back to the original guy here, too. So Tiber. He has armor, does he? And we can use these as artifacts?
So, Martin wants you to recover the armor of Tiber Septim. I wish there was another way. The armor is in the shrine of Tiber Septim, in the catacombs beneath the ruins of Sankator. A holy place, once. But Sankator became evil long ago. No one has returned from the shrine of Tiber Septim for many lifetimes.
Now, I might be mistaken here. And anyone who's watched it recently will be able to tell me. I think in my Arena LP, I think I pointed out Sankator as a location on the map. Am I wrong about that? Why does that ring a bell for me? I think I did. I think there's a moment in that LP where I said, oh, Sankator, that'll be a big thing in a later game. Well, welcome to a later game. Welcome to the big thing. I think it was just like a generic sort of area in that. Am I wrong? Maybe it's not Sankator. Anyway, I also distinctly remember back in the day, there was a very, very popular quest mod called, like, Reclaiming Sankator. It's a bit like the whole Helgen rebuilt thing, or Kvatch rebuilt. The idea is restoring the fort to some glory. So this is like a... This is crazy, right? This is the tomb of Tiber Septim. The tomb of the original emperor. This should be a holy landmark. This should be a huge place. This should be like the White Gold Tower or some shit, you know, like that everyone congregates around, everyone knows, it's a big deal. He should be buried below the White Gold Tower as far as I'm concerned. But no. And I know the White Gold Tower has heritage before this empire, blah, 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 but still, you know. It's like the crown of the goddamn empire. But in fact, his resting place is lost. Now that's like a huge thing, really. It's in this place called Sankator, and you know it's fallen into evil. The Blades basically have done, and now you know about this. They've done a terrible job here. Terrible job. How would you let this place fall into disrepute? Now I was looking on Wiki a little bit. As far as I know, there's not a very good explanation as to how they messed this up. But there you go.
I do not know. The catacombs of Sankator were sealed by the first Grand Master of the Blades.
Well, there you go.
The four mightiest blades of Tiber Septim's day, Elaine, Valdemar, Relus, and Kaznar, went to Sankator and never returned. Here, this is the key to Sankator's outer door. I fear I am sending you to your death, but we have no other choice. You must succeed.
Oh ho ho. Well, there you go. So what, there's some armor in there?
An ancient relic of the first emperor, who became the divine Talos, the patron of our order. After the Battle of Sankator, Tiber Septim gave his armor to the Blades in honor of our role in his victory. The Blades built a shrine in the catacombs of Sankator, on the spot where Tiber Septim received the blessing of Akatosh. The armor has been there ever since. Before evil came to Sankator, this shrine was a place of pilgrimage for all Blades.
See, look at that. People knew.
No one has visited the shrine and lived to tell the tale in centuries.
Look at that. Such an exciting idea for a story, isn't it? Well, there you go. We got so many topics. Big, juicy topics we can get from Joffrey here.
May your sword always strike true.
Thank you. Now, I know some of you guys might not be into this, but I am, so screw it. We're doing it. I feel like this is a good, appropriate time. So, I've been looking at the other random stuff we have in our inventory, right? Oh, I don't know why I have a tankard. I should have thrown that away. But, you know, we got some books that I found as time's gone on. And I want to every time I'm in Leowin depositing stuff, I'm like, oh, I can't deposit that yet because I got to read it. I want to read it. So first of all, there's this here, the Battle of Sankator book that we've got. Second of all, I want to do chapter 3 of the Brief History of the Empire so that we can deposit these. So let's do Battle of Sankator first. It's only 6 pages. We got a some kind of skill up from that. The Battle of Sankator. In the Second Era, 852, Allied Nord and Breton forces crossed the borders into Cyrodiils and occupied the major passes and settlements into the Geralt Mountains, making the headquarters for the winter at Sankator. The Nord-Breton allies dared King Cuchulainn's new general, Talos, to assault them in their mountain fastness. So we have King Cuchulainn, and he has a general, Talos. Hold on. So Talos named after... Wait, I'm already confused. We're in the Second Era, right? The Third Era is the era of the Empire with Tiber Septim, right? The Third Era. Right now, we're at the very end of the Third Era. 3E is all about this. 3E starts with Tiber conquering everything. After Tiber conquers everything, he becomes a god called Talos, right? That's all in the Third Era. Yet way back here in the Second Era, we have a general called Talos? Belgeode says 852. So this is way after the events of Elder Scrolls Online. Ah, is it? So Talos just means Storm Crown in some languages. It's why he took that name. Oh, shit. This is pretty interesting. Okay, hold on. So making their headquarters at Sankator, the Nord-Breton allies dared King Cuchulainn's new general, Talos, to assault them in their mountain fastness. When they learned that General Talos had mustered an army in the dead of winter and was marching to assault Sankator, they were elated. Sankator was impregnable. Its citadel on high cliffs overlooking the lower city, nestled in a high mountain basin with steep, unscalable cliffs in their rear. Okay, so it's Helm's Deep, right? And then some, because we have a whole city there, really. The Cyrodiilic army was small, poorly trained and outfitted, short on rations, and unprepared for winter campaigning. This is Napoleon taking on Russia. And as their ragged units assembled in the lowlands beneath the citadel, the Nord-Breton allies confidently assumed that their enemy had delivered himself into their trap. The citadel was not only protected by an unscalable cliff in front and an unscalable heights in the rear, but the entrance to the citadel was magically concealed under the appearance of a large mountain lake in the basin beneath the heights. Wow. Accordingly, we're not going to see any of this shit, I'll tell you that. Accordingly, the Nord-Breton allies left on a small force to defend the citadel, descending through lower passages to attack and overwhelm the cold, hungry Cyrodiilic forces before them. They expected to defeat, overrun, and annihilate General Talos' army, leaving no one to oppose their springtime descent into the Cyrodiilic heartlands. Thus did General Talos lure the Nord Breton allies to their doom. Oh, so there's a twist. He's gonna sort it out somehow. Leaving a weak force in the lowlands to draw out the defenders, General Talos approached the citadel of Sankator from the rear, descending the supposedly unscalable heights behind the citadel and sneaking into the supposedly magically concealed entrance into the inner citadel. This remarkable feat is attributed to the agency of a single unnamed traitor, by tradition a Breton turncoat sorcerer, who revealed both the existence of an obscure mountain trail down the heights behind the citadel and the secret of the citadel entrance concealed beneath its illusory lake surface. While the Cyrodiilic army in the lowlands fought a desperate defense against the Nord Breton sortie, General Talos and his men entered the citadel, swept aside the sparse defense, captured the Nord Breton nobles and generals, and compelled them to surrender the citadel and their armies. The confused and demoralized Nord captives, already suspicious of the scheming High Rock sorcerer aristocracy and their overreaching dreams of heartland conquests, deserted the alliance and swore loyalty to Tiber Septim. The Skyrim generals joined their rank and file in Tiber Septim's army. The High Rock battle mage command was summarily executed and the captive Bretons imprisoned or sold into slavery. Wow, the Bretons really got a bum deal there, didn't they? Those treacherous Nords. Wait, so Tiber Septim, his general was called Talos. And then when Tiber Septim became a god, he took his general's name. The name he took in Divinity was his general's name. Is that in honor of the guy? That's fucking badass. That's really cool. I love this. This is what I do like this about this lore. There's always like another little layer to the onion. There's another little detail. The Civil War in Skyrim is very much like that, right? Where you hear like Ulfric had this big jewel and you think he's like just this bastard that took it, but then you kind of find out he was sort of forced into the jewel and it was a bit reluctant and on and on and on, you know, like. So anyway, the Bretons got imprisoned, sold into slavery. Thus was the concerted allied invasion of Cyrodiil foiled, and General Talos' army swelled by the hardened Nord veteran troops that played so crucial a role in General Talos' succeeding campaigns, which consolidated the Colovian and the Nibelungian into the core of the Cyrodiilic Empire, and which resulting in the crowning of General Talos as Emperor Tiber Septim. Okay, no, I'm confused. So the general became... Oh, okay, wait. Is this like monarchies in real life, right? Where they have a name, but then when they become a king or a queen, they take a different name, right? That's a thing, isn't it? Like they have a name and then they have like their royal name and it's different, like when they take the crown. So hold on. So the guy is called Talos. He's General Talos, right? When he becomes ruler, they give him his ruler's name, Tiber Septim, but then when he becomes a god, he goes back to his real name, Talos. Is that it? Like he reclaims his birth name in Divinity, basically. This was just written a bit weirdly because it threw Tiber Septim in there earlier like he was a different guy, which set me on the wrong path, but no, it's the same guy. Yeah, there you go. Turtle Emoji says when he ascended, he took on his original name. Wait, he's got another name? Hyati Earlybeard? What the fuck? Okay. Historians marvel at Tiber Septim's tactical daring in assaulting a fortified mountain citadel in the dead of winter against the vastly superior numbers. Later, Tiber Septim attributed his unwavering resolve against overwhelming obstacles to have been inspired by his divine vision of the Amulet of Kings in the tomb of Reman III. The young Talos may indeed have been inspired by his belief that he was fated to recover this ancient sacred symbol of the Covenant and to lead Tamriel to the high civilization of the Third Empire. Nonetheless, this should in no way reduce our admiration for the dash and genius of this defining military triumph against impossible odds. Yeah. Also, it occurs to me... Well, okay, so he's got a general. I guess once he's the leader, he might have his own general. He gets a battle mage as well. The Imperial Battle Mage, and that's the Underking eventually. That's that whole Daggerfall thing. Alright, okay. Well, there you go. That's the Battle of Sankator. I love this description of it. It's just this huge city place, which the in-game map will never do justice to. Never, never, never. I'll tell you what, guys, the more I play, the more time goes forward. I'm not a believer in open world game. When we're really talking about big, exciting, like, lore settings, I don't believe in open world formats like this. I just don't. I think Coral should be, you know, I believe in small, isolated maps that are disconnected that give you glimpses of these places. Like, there should be Coral in the game. You can go to Coral, but you can't go to all of Coral. You know, I really believe in that chain link fence effect. You should see, like, you're in an area of Coral, you can look down the hill, there's all these buildings and things, but you don't physically go there. You should never be able to see everything and go everywhere. You should never be able to count all the houses in Shaymore. You should never be able to count all of the buildings in Divinity's Reach or whatever. Then you've got to hold something off, and so I believe in these more, like, isolated little... It's something I was thinking about a bit more, because obviously I'm playing a bit of Power World at the moment, which is, again, another giant open world. And sometimes they'll throw lore at you, and it's like, pff, there's nothing in this world. It's just empty, you know? Like, I've seen everything. I've been everywhere. There is no culture or civilization. That's a very extreme example of it, you know? Anyway, right, okay, so, like, there's a certain... novelty to what Elder Scrolls did with these big coherent open worlds. They built themselves on it. It's amazing that I can use Fortify Athletics, right, and Acrobatics, and sprint and jump to the Imperial City. There was a novelty to that, particularly in the early 2000s and mid-2000s, even when Skyrim released. There's a novelty to it because, you know, you weren't seeing many game engines do that, and there was a certain immersion that came from it. But you do lose a lot as well. Once that novelty's gone, and I think certainly 20 years down the line it has gone, I think another format of exploration and small isolated cells is better. I really do. Show, but don't let them touch. You know, you gotta hold a bit off. Anyway, and it just feels bigger and more exciting to me in a way. And in that format of exploration game, you know, what they talked about with Sankator there, they could show, they could hint at, they could deliver. But of course, we're going to go there in a minute. It's going to be a tiny little fort. Well, maybe not in a minute because I kind of want to do this Bruma stuff. Okay, cool. Let's head on out. Oh, I was going to read the History of the Empire. I'm a bit nervous about History of the Empire because they're very dry, aren't they? Let's see how many pages it is. Because it's just going to be a list of kings and then more kings and then more kings. And you see, the lore books, in a way, what I just talked about, like, allow people to, like, see but not touch. The lore books are doing that, right? They're letting you see into the history of this world. But you can't actually touch it, right? It doesn't make it too tangible. Because if they did, you'd realize how empty it is, you know? I was going to say, if this is less than 10 pages, I'll read it. And it's only 7. It's actually really short. This is the shortest one we've read. Okay, part 3. The first volume of the series, we read this quite a few episodes ago. The first volume of this series told in brief the story of the succession of the first 8 emperors of the Septim dynasty, from Tiber to Kintyre II. The second volume described the War of the Red Diamond and the 6 emperors that followed in its aftermath, from Uriel III to Cassander I. To be honest, guys, I barely... Volume 2's got in one ear and out the other. At the end of that volume, it was described how the Emperor Cassander's half-brother, Uriel IV, assumed the throne of the Empire of Tamriel. It will be recalled that Uriel IV was not a Septim by birth. Yeah, I remember, it was a Dark Elf, right? His mother a Dark Elf. His mother, though she reigned as Empress for many years, was a Dark Elf. She was married to a true Septim Emperor, Pelagius III. Uriel's father was actually Catariah I consort after Pelagius' death, a Breton nobleman named Galiver Lariat. Before taking the throne of the empire, Cassander I had ruled the kingdom of Wayrest, but poor health had forced him to retire. Cassander had no children, so he legally adopted his half-brother Uriel and abdicated the kingdom. This is all recap from the last thing. 7 years later, Cassander inherited the empire at the death of his mother. 3 years after that, Uriel once again found himself the recipient of Cassander's inheritance. Uriel IV's reign was a long and difficult one. Despite being a legally adopted member of the Septim family, and despite the Lariat family's high position, indeed they were distant cousins of the Septims, few of the Elder Council could be persuaded to accept him fully as a blood descendant of Tiber. The Council had assumed much responsibility during Kataraya I's long reign and Cassander I's short one, and a strong-willed alien monarch like Uriel IV found it impossible to command their unswerving fealty. Time and again, the Council and Emperor were at odds, and at time and again the Council won the battles. Since the days of Pelagius II, the Elder Council had consolidated their wealthiest men and women in the Empire, and the power they wielded was conclusive. Interesting, we've got like an oligarchic senate here, have we? The Council's last victory over Uriel IV was posthumous. Andorak, Uriel IV's son, was disinherited by the vote of Council, and a cousin more closely related to the original Septim line was proclaimed Sephorius II in the Third Era 247. For the first 9 years of Sephorius II's reign, those loyal to Andorak battled the Imperial forces. In an act that the sage Arenanet called Tiber Septim's Heart Beating No More, the Council granted Andorak the High Rock Kingdom of Shornhelm to end the war, and Andorak's descendants still rule there. By and large, Sephorus II had foes that demanded more of his attention than Andorak. From out of a Cimmerian nightmare, in the words of Arenanet, the man who called himself the Cameron Usurper led an army of Daedra and undead warriors on a rampage through Valenwood. Oh, this could be relevant here for Oblivion. What's this? A man who called himself the Cameron Usurper led an army of Daedra and undead warriors on a rampage through Valenwood, conquering kingdom after kingdom. Few could resist his onslaughts, and as month turned into Bloody Month in the year 249, even fewer tried. Sephorus II sent more and more mercenaries into Hammerfell to stop the usurper's northward march, but they were bribed or slaughtered and raised as undead. The story of Cameron Usurper deserves a book of its own. It's recommended that the reader find Phalanx Ithres, The Fall of the Usurper for more detail. Is that an actual book I can read? In short, however, the destruction of the forces of the usurper had little to do with the efforts of the Emperor. The result was a great regional victory and an increase in hostility toward the seemingly inefficacious empire. Oh my god, the star. Uriel V, Sephorus' second son and successor, swiveled opinion back towards the latent power of the Empire, turning attention of Tamriel away from internal strife. Uriel V oh my god, we're all the way up to Uriel V, guys. We're very close to the modern day. Embarked on a series of invasions, beginning almost from the moment he took the throne in 268. Uriel V conquered Roscrea in 271, Cathnaque in 276, Inelsa in 279, and Arenanet in 284. In 288, he embarked on his most ambitious enterprise, the invasion of the continent kingdom of Akavir. What? Hold on, quite recently. What year is it right now? In 288. The people here tried to invade Akavir, a whole other continent. This ultimately proved a failure, for 2 years later Uriel V was killed in Akavir on the battlefield of Yolnith. Nonetheless, Uriel V holds a reputation second only to Tiber as one of the two great warrior emperors of Tamriel. The last 4 emperors, beginning with Uriel V's infant son, are described in the 4th and final volume of this series. Well, there you go. So the last volume, we won't read it now. I got it in my inventory, but we'll read it at some point. We'll look at the last 4. So this guy was like a crazy warmonger king that managed to actually take the fight to another continent. What I'm interested in here is Cameron the Usurper. Is this is the same Cameron we've met, Mankar Cameron? Because he's a high elf, right? He can live that long. So what is his fall? In short, the destruction of the forces of the usurper had little to do with the efforts of the Emperor. It was a great regional victory and an increase in hostility towards the Empire. Okay. Disaster at Yolnith is a book about that attempt to invade. There's a book on that as well, is there? UASP shows that the fall of the usurper is available in Daggerfall. Really? So even in Daggerfall they had all this written out. That's epic. You think it's Mankar Cameron's father? Is it? Interesting. The more you see of this Cloud Ruler, the more you realize beyond Skyrim, beyond Skyrim, Bruma absolutely nailed the layout of this place. So they did it as a ruin, did they? Dude, this guy's very icy and sloppy sounding as he sludges his way around. Well, there you go. So,
Good evening, sir.
little crash course on the history of the place. Now, we do have a hellish invasion to deal with. So, out of the frosty mountains we descend, with our Frost Atronach in tow, with our frosty enchanted armor in tow. We're going to bring the storm of snow with us into Mehrunes Dagon's Deadlands, and we're going to defend the people of Bruma, who have been sitting idly by, twiddling their thumbs, hoping that someone will come along to help them out. And I have a very cool tactic for how I want to do this. So let's ride on. You know what would be nice? Having some horse armor that matched this armor set. In fact, there might be, right? There's horse armor in the new quests. So there we go. I can't help but notice it's a green marker, not a red one, which means it's out in the regular world space. It's not actually in town. So I'm going to take the road around the gates and keep the horse. Oh, I just heard that lovely mountain eagle sound again. Squawk. Oh, there you go. There's the gate. Beautiful. Hello, my friends. I hear you need some help with an Oblivion gate.
Thanks for coming. Since we had the hero of Kvatch available, I didn't think it made sense to try this on our own the first time. We're ready when you are. Just say the word and we'll follow you into that hell-spawned gate.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Give me a minute to talk to the men. Everyone's a bit jumpy right now.
I thought you said you were ready. Ready means emotionally ready too, good sir.
All right, boys, listen up. We've got to close that gate over there. Nobody likes the idea of going into that thing, but it's our job, and we're going to do it. If we don't, Bruma ends up a smoking pile of rubble, like what happened at Kvatch. And that's not going to happen here, not while I'm captain of the guard.
Hoorah!
Thor, Soren, you're with me. The rest of you stay outside and kill anything that comes out of that gate. Let's show these bastards how we do things in Bruma.
So far, so good.
We're with you, Captain.
I was going to say, that guy saying, "We're with you, Captain," totally got cut off.
Stay sharp.
Oh, God. The thing is, I can't really... Ooh. I'm a bit nervous. I'm going to AoE them. Right, let's put weakness on. Oh, this is okay. As long as I'm fighting not too near them. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hitting the wrong button there.
Do your worst.
That's the best you can do.
Oof. Oh! Oh, I just... Did I look like a guard fell over? Oh my god, they've gone right in there, haven't they? Jesus, they've gone in there fast. Okay, we get some Daedra Silk, some Venin. Getting lots of these icy spider ladies showing up now. Daedroth Teeth. Oh god. Yeah, we're going to find a lot more high-tier Daedra this time compared to last time we were in Oblivion. Alright, let's get in here. So, Oblivion, for real this time. Not as a part of a Daedric quest. Not as a part of a nightmare hellscape scenario. Not just wandering past it in the overworld. We're really here. We're really doing it. And we got a bunch of these guys here with us. So, hold on. So,
This is no place I ever wanted to find myself. I don't see how we can... No, we can do this. We have to do this. We have no choice. Glad you're here. We wouldn't have a chance otherwise. What's our next move?
okay, so I can tell him to follow or wait.
We'll hold this position as long as we can.
Okay, so they've sheathed their stuff. So there's 3 guys.
The captain's in charge. I'll follow his orders.
It's interesting. If I tell them to follow and leave, I don't think they'll take
The
them.
captain's in charge. I'll follow his orders.
I don't think they'll follow me back out into Bruma. Okay, so I'll leave them there because I don't want them to die. Now, here's my theory about how we can do this gate, okay? I want to try it, all right? And it's a little bit cheesy. Okay, it's ultra cheesy, all right? But it's something that I want to do at least once, just as I wanted to make the horse walk on water at once, right? So, while we're in here, we can gather bloodgrass. There's shit tons of bloodgrass everywhere. We can go to alchemy. So I grabbed some bloodgrass here. We've got 35 of it now. Okay. Top effect on bloodgrass is chameleon. And where we are is a level 100 alchemist now, and with the equipment we have, it's 41% chameleon for a single gulp. So that's 2 chameleon potions. 2, 2, 2. And they all last 2 minutes. So let's eat some bloodgrass. Okay, ready? So 1, 2, 3. Now our chameleon level is at 123 now. For the next 2 minutes, we're over 100% invisible. So in theory... Oh, my frost atronach's going to get destroyed though. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's alright. Haha! None of them attack us. And even better, once they crowd around my frost atronach... Oh, it died really quickly. That's quite scary. Did it get back up? Okay, hold on. I want to do that. Is it? Oh, yeah. Oh, it died immediately. Oh, I was hoping it would survive a little bit. It has the type matchup. Oh, well, that didn't last long, did it? Rip Frosty. Oh, that was almost not worth the 3 frost salts. But look, they didn't attack us. So what we can do is I think we can just walk through Oblivion. Let's see if it works, shall we? Traps may still hurt us, but they don't do much damage. We do obviously want to watch out that timer on the bottom left for when we become visible again. And then just drink another 3 potions. But at 2 minutes a pop, we should be okay, I'd say. So, I don't know what happens with the guards if I tell them to stay there. If they're just consigned to this plane of Oblivion forever. Oh man, it does look cool here, doesn't it? So we've probably got about 20 seconds left here, something like that. Oh. Looks like the plants still know where we are. Yeah, look, this guy doesn't see us. This Dremora, Kimnarcher. We spoke to him. He realizes someone's there, but he doesn't know who. That's amazing. Yeah, our invisibility is going to drop in a second. Now, these guys don't like lightning, do they? So we don't technically do more damage to him. There you go, nice. So we actually need a black soul gem to capture that. A character. Now, we still have the invisibility bug on us, like, because the remaster's a bit weird for this. And we'll still be visible. But we can just go 1, 2, 3 drinks. And we're invisible again for another 2 minutes. Let's see what else we got here. It's so weird, isn't it? You can just walk up to people and see how they're living. That's another Jamora, but he's like a mage. And then this is the tower. Dude, it looks fancy. There's a very particular door associated with one of the main quests. One of the main factions. That they kind of ruined in the remaster by not making it glow red and stuff enough. But I look at that door. That's still absolutely incredible, isn't it? I don't know whether there were any like side caves or anything that I missed there that might have had lots of enchantments or something. See, this is so cool. I mean, it's broken though, isn't it? This is like this should be like end game thief characters are the only people that can experience something like. Well, I don't know. End game alteration characters too, I guess. Not sort of mid-tier alchemists, and now we look visible. Oh no, we're like translucent now. This is actually way cooler. Is this what the effect is supposed to look like? Look at this, just loads of Dremora. There's a Clanfear there. That's probably back downstairs. Soul gem. And unlike invisible, and this is the other thing, right? This is... It's crazy that I can open this door. If this was invisibility, not chameleon, then that would have revealed me. Like, I kind of get invisibility as a thing in Alteration. I don't know. I think what Bethesda were doing was they were just saying, look, we're going to have everything in the game. We'll just have all the fun, weird little effects. And the fact that you can break the game with these effects is not really a concern. And it works, you know. I think a lot of players, generally speaking, they're fine with it. There we go. We can grab all this loot with impunity because we have all the feather on us too now. Oh, by the way, another advantage of all this feather that we have is we're moving a little bit quicker now all the time. We're just that little bit floatier, which I actually kind of in some ways don't like. And let's craft a bunch of that down. The reason I don't like it is that, you know, I want to feel kind of heavyweight. I want to feel frontline-y, battle magey. WP still confuses alteration and illusion. Wait, well, not really. I'm confusing the spell. Are you telling me that invisibility is an illusion spell? I guess it makes sense in illusion, doesn't it? Actually, do I have? I don't actually have it. I mean, you're bitching at me like I should know better, but I don't even have the spell, so I don't know what school it's in because I don't have the spell. So it's an illusion spell, is it? Invisibility. It is funny because I can see either way, right? Like, illusion to me is, yeah, you can conceal yourself with illusions, but you can also conceal yourself via alteration. Like, naturally, I can imagine it fitting in both. Oh, a flawed diamond. We haven't found many diamonds, have we? Look at all the guys we'd actually have to fight here. This will be a huge trek. So, anyway, one of the reasons I want to show this is because off-screen, lots more Jamora. I like it now that there's Jamora spawning because it feels like it's inhabited by NPCs in a way. I might do this a couple of times in the search for sigil stones. This is like one of the ways people do, you know, farm sigil stones and work on this stuff through the game. Signilium Sanguis. There's a way through there. It requires a key. The other is getting really, really high, really, really high athletics and acrobatics, and just like sprinting and jumping their way to the top. There you go, another spider danger. So all told, this entire thing, because this is the top now, isn't it? Really, cost us what? 6 potions, and you can harvest the grass right there. So it looks like, what have we got here? We're going to need to kill this guy, probably. Like, the boss. Or maybe you can just run up. I don't know, actually. Can we just run up and intro? This is so cheesy. Can you just do this? I've reached the sigil stone. Now I need to bring Captain Bird here and show him how to close an Oblivion gate. Ah, I need to bring Captain Bird here? Oh, shit. Oh, God. We are going to have to fight our way through. Oh, I've got so many plans for today's episode. Every single time I sit down to play this and do an episode, I have a lot of stuff I want to do, and everything ends up taking 1,000 years longer than I thought. Oh, God. All right, well. Hopefully we have enough restore magicus for this. That's one of them dead. That's 2 of them. Oh my god, they have a lot of stuff, don't they? I'm not taking the Dremora gear. It's going to be too heavy. And frankly, compared to ebony, glass, elven stuff, we don't have to put that much energy into. You know, it doesn't even sell for that much. The issue I have is if we don't get many creatures to kill, so that spiderling should be alright. We're not going to be able to keep recharging our thing, so I'll probably focus a little bit more on spell casting rather than swinging the axe. Where is the spider? Oh, there you go. Our light spell's working there. That's good. I saw it when we first came out here, right? That's just the spiderling. I want the actual spider. There it is. Creepy. How did you get back there? There we go. Oh, that's good. It's just 2 casts. That was not bad. Oh, Lord. Lord, 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 Lord. Oh, I think when we saw it, it was because it was down here and then it climbed the stairs, and that's why it was all looking a bit different. Another choice we have, maybe. We might be able to... Oh, okay, hold on. Let's try this. All right, I'm gonna drink our 3 potions. Oh, okay, interesting. This is another door that we didn't see. Maybe what we can do is get Bird to follow us, and then just charge. Whenever we hit a loading screen, he'll teleport through, right? Oh god, that's way too low. No way. This way. But look at all this shit. I mean, it's amazing that you can do this, right? You can attack these guys and not even get attacked back. And if we had like the stealth traits, it's interesting that you don't get to see their health bars like this, though. Oh, what? The soul gem is empty. Alright, well, we've ran out of charge already then. Yeah, while we're out of combat, we don't get to see their HP bars. That's interesting. But like, look at that. We just battered and slaughtered those guys. I wonder how quickly we kill a mage. Was that a one hit? No, yeah. God damn. Oh, an ebony war axe. Have we done a 2-handed? No, I think we have, haven't we? It was 1-handed that we were missing for a while. Oh, well, that guy's dead. Actually, to be fair, killing these guys in this tower has been much, much quicker than I thought it'd be. Assuming we're nearly out. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to do this through all of the Let's Play. It's fun to point out and to indulge in a little bit. And off-screen, I'm not opposed to it. But, you know, the fact that we've got, like, game-breaking... The Fury Spike, the Fury Spike... Oh, okay, through here. You know, this is basically godlike powers here. Like, I'm not going to do all the expansions and stuff like this. You know, like, it would kind of ruin it a little bit. So what is the answer in terms of mechanics? I don't know. I think the 85 cap makes sense, right? Maybe you can only get up to 85% invisibility with Chameleon, and then there are some very rare ways to go over that cap. If you're also wearing the right clothes. You have the capability as like a thief or something. Like, that was just one hit there. Wait, what? We seem to be going back up here, though. That doesn't seem right to me. Are we going to die if we fall down there? I think we are. Going back up? That's not right. Surely that's not right. Oh, I think we've just ended up here in a, like, side room or something that we hadn't found before. Is Bird essential during this quest? Bird is essential, yes. He is. You will have seen the skull on him already. So down here, maybe. There we go, that's the bottom. That's alright, even without the enchantment we can do a bit of damage there. Oh god, we're actually getting hurt. Ugh. Of course, if they cast spells on us, it's not good. I think he summoned a scamp that was hitting me. Seven Magica, Restore Agility, blah, 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 blah. Woo! Alright. That's the tower clear. So all we got to do is get Bird into the tower. So here's what I'm going to do. Called Bird, by the way, makes me think of that. One of the most violent, nasty, aggressive characters in The Wire is a guy called Bird. Right. What do we think? This is where the acrobatics comes in. Do you think we can hop across that lava real quick? Oh, God. Maybe we can get some elevation. And now I die to full damage. Oh, shit! That wasn't my intent! Oh, get out, get out, get out. Oh, my God. Wow. The lava actually broke our fall. I don't know what to make of that. What do we say about that? I mean, there you go. Take a quick swim in lava and you'll be fine. Okay, Bird.
What's the plans?
All right, follow me.
We'll follow your...
I don't want these guys to die. I'm just going to go as quick as possible. And hope they get stuck on terrain or something. Oh, shit. Oh, God, I guess we're going for it. I hope they don't go in the lava. And then we want to get up. Around up here, maybe? Something like this. And then the door should be near here. That's the door there. Get in the door as soon as possible. Okay. What have we got? Are they here? Are they all alive? Oh, one of them didn't make it. You're alive, though. Good job, Brumagard. Oh. I'm hoping by loading that they pop up or something. I guess not. City swimmer who? I'm the lava swimmer. Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, we let one of them die. Well, you know what? Dead is dead. As Damon Lindelof and Carlton Hughes assured everyone relentlessly throughout Lost runtime, until, of course, Saeed with the pool of water at the end, just because everything apparently they said they wanted to break. Right, there's a clan fear there, but whatever. It didn't see me, so therefore it didn't see...
We've got to get out of here.
Yeah, don't worry, we're doing it. Shit, this is just the bonus room. This ain't where we want to be. In fact, how did that clanfish survive? I thought I killed everything in the tower as we ran through.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
Are you saying that's because I got lost? Wait, where's the other guy? Oh, there. There's a clanfish there. There's traps everywhere.
Here comes another one.
Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't want to... I'm scared of AoEing them. Okay, good job. It was low as shit. You know, I didn't stop to consider they might be able to defend themselves. There's a trap. Did you just walk straight into that trap? You did. I can see it shaking. It was deactivated. Sir, it was deactivated. Don't do that. I'm trying to keep you alive here. Oh, man. 2 out of 3
I sure
ain't
hope
bad.
you know what you're doing.
I do know. Look, they're all dead here. Look at this. I've cleared it out. Ugh. Imagine running through this whole place, killing all the mobs ahead of time and still getting a guard killed. Because we're living it, baby. To be fair, we did skip all those. The stained glass windows just look so good, don't they? We did skip all the mobs on the outside.
I sure hope you know what you're doing.
I do.
I've got that one.
Oh, shit. Oh, the Sigil Keeper.
Getting tired.
Oh, no!
Someone's been hurt.
Oh, no! I just AoE'd the other guard. And I don't know if you saw it. On the top left, it said, your killing has been observed by forces unknown. Here, in Oblivion... Uh-oh. Oh no, Captain Bird, I'm not a murderer. I was trying to kill... Look, it's a boss fight! See? Oh. First Stimpy died and now Ren. Oh. Should we take his stuff? Because, by the way, every town does have its own Curus, right? So, like, the Bruma... Again, if I had mannequins, I'd set up a Bruma mannequin. No, guys, not Sithis. No, we're not to talk about Sithis yet. Poilers. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oblivion changes a man. What can I say?
What's the plan, sir?
I don't know. Do you still like me?
Lead on.
Do you still like me? Oh, how desperate. Okay. Let's keep climbing. Where the fuck? That's Sigil Keeper. That's the final boss. Bird and I have reached the Sigil Stone Chamber now to close the gate. Come on, Bird. Let's see. Oh, this has been a disaster. I melted one guy in a pool of lava, effectively. I'm sure that's how he died. And we killed the other one with frostbite. It's okay. We'll just console command bring them back, right? I don't remember how this goes, guys, but it might be that keeping those guards alive is actually something that pays off later in the game. Those who have played this before will know what I'm referring to. But we're going to be kind of on a guard. You'll see it very soon, actually. A bit of a guard collecting spree soon. All right, here you go, Bird. This is it. This is what it looks like. See? You get these weird orb things, right? And what you do is you put your hands on it, a bit like the Palantir. And the Eye of Sauron will burn your hand and it'll stare at you, but it's okay. And then that's it. You're magically out. Ready?
What's the plan?
Okay, yeah.
Lead.
Here we go. Whoa! So there you go. We got a transcendent sigil stone. So he looks very chill, doesn't he? He looks remarkably relaxed. Yeah, you just finished the story during it. Oh, you must have nicked someone. One murder, no idea where. Oh, that poor guard. I closed the gate with Captain Bird. I should ask him if he needs any more help from me. And there's the gate blowing up. We didn't quite see it because of the pop-up. Blue skies. Frosty Mountains. Hello, everybody.
You did it, Captain. You closed the Oblivion Gate. We didn't think we'd ever see you alive again.
Believe me,
Is there Sigil of Phoenix? That's epic.
But thanks to our friend here, I now know we can close these hell gates. We can defend Bruma.
You're not even going to talk to me.
It was an honor to serve with you, sir. Now that I've seen how it's done, I think my guardsmen and I can handle any new gates that open near Bruma.
Yeah, look, the whole thing... not ordinarily, I wouldn't believe that. I wouldn't believe that they can deal with those. They're too difficult, and you only get a couple of guys. However, in this playthrough, I do believe it, because what has Studies Under Stars taught them there? Studies Under... Look at my face at the moment, weird. Studies Under Stars has taught them to just drink some chameleon potions and sprint through. That's what he's taught. Oh, my Frost Action Axe body's been dumped out. Oh, their bodies have been dumped out as well. Have you got any gold or lockpicks? Yes. Oh, so sad. Lavender and fennel. Well, there you go. Was that a different colour of Motherwort? Was Motherwort always like that? With it brilliant bright white? I thought it was like pink. Maybe I'm misremembering it. Oh dear. Right, well, there's always loss whenever you go to Oblivion, guys, as we've seen. Captain Bird thanked me for my help, and he said that he and his guardsmen will do their best to close any new gates that open near Bruma. So I should report my success to Joffrey. Should we go up to the Priory on horseback? I kind of want to. Just to get all the fire and brimstone and ash. And the pyroclastic flows. The cages of bones. The blood. The gore. The entrails strewn about the obsidian corridors. Just to, you know, have a bit of a palate cleanser here in the very FPS laggy foothills, it seems. Oh, yeah, by the way, so, you know, this whole time I've been talking about a cool idea of a mod where it marks areas you've been to. And then one finally released and it was a bit buggy. And I waited for it to supposedly get fixed. And then in the last part, I was using it. And I hit shift on a couple of areas. Yeah, the entire last episode, I was getting major, like, frame stutter. In fact, it was in the footage. So, I uninstalled it and the frame stutter went away. So, yeah, I'm not using it again now because it did something very odd. I don't know whether it's Unreal Engine 4 SS that was playing up, because it seems like a fairly innocuous idea, right? It's a UI thing, but, oh, look at the sun there. Oh, I'm glad I did that. Joffrey? Also, what's cool about Cloud Ruler Temple is you can ride in through the open gate, get right up there. We're still a little bit translucent, which is an effect I'm really liking. Joffrey.
Have you helped Captain Bird and his men close the Oblivion Gate yet?
I have. I definitely helped his men.
Good work. Captain Bird and his guardsmen should be able to handle any additional gates, at least for now. But the Bruma Guard cannot defend the city indefinitely. The Daedra of Oblivion are innumerable. The guardsmen of Bruma are not. We need to gather what allies we can before Bruma is hopelessly besieged. If the Mythic Dawn manages to open a great gate here, the city will need a stronger garrison for there to be any hope of defending it. You should speak to the rulers of the other cities of Cyrodiil, as well as the Elder Council. Ask them to send aid to Bruma before it is too late.
Okay. Well, let's just roll through this. What else can I do to help?
Keep working on obtaining the items Martin needs for the ritual. Everything else is just buying time for us to get the Amulet of Kings back from Mankar Cameron.
And we have our next assignment there. We've got to do the Blood of the Daedra. Okay, the Aedra, sorry. So, aid for Bruma.
Bruma cannot hold off the hordes of Oblivion alone. You should ask the rulers of the other cities of Cyrodiil to send help.
Okay. This is a bit of a weirdly written part of the main quest as well. Because the story is that there are gates around all the cities. So we're going to go and try and get help from those other cities, specifically to help Bruma here. And the Great Gate hasn't been...
You should speak to the rulers of Cyrodiil as soon as possible. The danger to Bruma is growing by the day.
Oh, and like we already closed a gate there, and then the Great Gate's going to appear at Bruma. I don't know, it's just a bit weird. But basically, here's the thing, guys. So, allies for Bruma. This is a big quest. When I think of the Oblivion main story, I tend to think of this as the story. This one quest, I tend to think of as the story. And the reason for that is if we look at the map, look at this. We have a quest marker at Cheydinhal. We have a quest marker at Coral. We have a quest marker at Skingrad. We have a quest marker at Kvatch. We have a quest marker at, which is a very interesting one, by the way, because it kind of feels like it's left over maybe from a world where Kvatch wasn't destroyed and or it was rebuildable or something. We have one at Anvil. I mean, Christ, imagine getting one at Such and Sturk as well. We've got one at Bravil. We have one at Leowin. It's a huge quest, okay? It is technically an optional quest as well. I don't think you have to do the whole thing, or you only have to do one bit of it, or it doesn't really matter. What you can do is you can focus on Blood of the Divines instead. Go to San Couture. You don't really have to do this very much. But yeah, so this is a huge quest, and so effectively, my reading of the Oblivion main story is this. They take you on a bit of a tour of the world, right? They take you to Coral, effectively, with Wayne Priory. They take you to Kvatch via Skingrad. Anvil is missable, but you're likely to go there. They take you to Cheydinhal for Azura's Star, which they push you to pretty clearly, and whatever that other stuff we did was there. And now, so they give you a bit of a tour. Okay, obviously the Imperial City too. They take us to Bruma, and then there's a point where they say, okay, go everywhere. And so I think the kind of the idea of the main quest is to really hold your hand at the start, take you to some select locations, and then you get this moment, and this is like, okay, here's your free roaming moment, if you will. This is a sign beyond all other signs. If they haven't managed to distract you with the guilds or the other random quests, this is a sign, hey, you're in an open world game, go have fun. And it's funny because every single Elder Scrolls game you play, there's a very interesting balance going on between the main story and how much they just want you to roleplay and inhabit the world. In Arena, if you've seen my series on that, you'll know it's very, very, very... Oh, this is supposed to be a roleplay sandbox. Yes, there's a main quest, but it's kind of buried, and like you don't even really... Like, they don't push you to it very hard. And every new chapter, they do kind of a different sort of idea with it. I think they kind of nailed, like, as a structure, I think it's quite good, the way that Oblivion works. So to me, okay, I think, when I imagine, like, the mean player, the average player, I think that player probably does let the main story guide them around. And then they get to this point, and to me, this is like the main game now, if you will. You know, this is leaving Midgar. This is, you know, this is kind of do what you want now. You're going to have a reason to go to all the towns and get involved with the little quests that are going on them or whatever. And maybe a better way for me to have structured this LP is, so look at our quests here. I've done shit tons of quests. Maybe a better way for me to have done this LP would be to hold off on a bunch of these. Maybe, you know, the last episode we did all those Bravil quests. Maybe we wait until this moment. And so kind of to me, this is like Oblivion, really. I feel like this is now, you can stall on this forever. You can be at all the towns, you can sink 300, 400, 500 hours if you're so inclined on this part of the story. Just exploring the world and helping close gates and stuff as you do so. We have accelerated the Oblivion crisis again now, by the way. And basically every single town you do, you get some guards for Bruma. And it's setting the stage for a giant, like, war scene, a giant battle scene. I'll put a little asterisk on that comment there. We'll come back to that later. In so much as this engine can handle that. We're going to get a big battle scene. But yeah, so we're looking to recruit guards. Some towns will give you multiple guards. Some will give you just the one. But you get to know all the counts and countesses at this point as well. So it's quite exciting. A reason to go back to Leowin. So yeah, lots happening there. I'm going to put a pin in all of this now, though, for a second. We're not going to do allies for Bruma necessarily. I mean, we can look into it a bit. I want to do this quest here, the Crimson Cave, the DLC quest that we started, 3 episodes ago, and we've been slowly working on. So we found the Mythic Dawn undercover agent, and she told us to go to Mingo Cave while wearing the Mythic Dawn attire. So Mingo Cave is here. It's between the Imperial City and Bravil. So let's go back to Bravil, I guess. Well, alright, so let's say allies for Bruma. Let's go to Bravil. Let's go to Castle Bravil. And then we'll walk up to Mingo Cave from here. Horses stabled outside the city. But yeah, like, to me, this is like Oblivion now, really. And it's weird because I think of this moment with go to all the towns.
Stop right there, criminal scum! Nobody breaks the law on my watch. I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
See, look, they say pay your fine or it's off to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Let me just pay my fine and not go to jail. Why are you arresting me? Because I murdered that guard. It wasn't murder. It was collateral damage in Oblivion. Do you know what that is? That's that dickhead Bird. Bird came out. He sent ravens to all the other cities while I was rambling there. I was talking for so long, days passed in universe, and now they all know about my great crime. Look at that. Look at that slimy snake of a man. He didn't give me any indication in person that he had a problem with it. But no. As soon as we go our own separate ways, that's how he repays me. Outrageous. Okay, I'm going to try and just pay my gold.
Here's the procedure. We go to the castle.
Yeah, we're
First,
at the castle.
We search you, confiscate any stolen goods. Then you pay your fine, and we release you.
Yeah, I ain't got no stolen goods. So what is the fine for murder? Oh. Is that it? Okay. I don't know how much my fine was there. What is the fine for murder? He just let me saunter out there with another 20,000 septims in my pocket. Yeah, we really didn't have anything stolen on us. I wonder if that takes it away from your houses. Probably not, right? Okay, so, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, no, basically just that this is like the bulk of the game to me, this one quest, and it's what I feel like is the majority of Oblivion. But it's also very funny for me now to come back to this game in this Let's Play, and, you know, like, as far as the main story is concerned, there's like 16 quests. This is 12. We've done the vast majority of the main story now, guys. The vast majority of it we've done. And it's very short, isn't it? It's very minimal. Like I say, I've always wanted to, like, do a main quest expansion, like, sort of mod series where it just, you know, it makes it a bit meatier and bulkier and expands a bit. Not just in terms of making it longer, which I think is important, but in terms of, like, the different ways you can tackle each task, too. Anyway, so yeah, like, you could say this is the bulk of Oblivion, or you could say this is just a small stopgap on the way. By the way, you'll notice we have a thing to the Imperial City as well. I asked a question yesterday. I said, why aren't the actual guardsmen, the Imperials, doing more to support us? And we'll actually get to ask that in-game. We can go to High Chancellor Akato. We haven't spoken to the guy once yet. He's the guy ruling in in Uriel's stead, and we'll see what he thinks. By the way, I think there should be a scene where High Chancellor Akato meets with you at Cloud Ruler Temple, or you go with him to him with Boris or something. There's just a lot of extra stuff, you know, that coulda, woulda, shoulda been nice. Right, so it's the morning. Should we go to sleep? Should we put our head down and reflect on that cruel murder we caused? No, I think we're too shell-shocked for that, guys. I think we're devastated. Look, we just... We just got treated like a criminal, apprehended. We have a record now. No one will hire us. It was just an accident, you know. But will people believe? Who are they going to believe? The hero of Kvatch or the captain of the guard in Bruma? So we go. Go sit down. Right, I don't remember speaking to you, by the way. Regulus Terentius.
Regulus Terentius, Count Bravil. I'm really rather busy, and I doubt that you have anything to say that I need to hear.
Well, yeah, this place is a shithole, so I'm not surprised that you're busy. But are you busy because you're working on it, or are you busy in your own affairs? Okay, so what can you tell me about this place?
I won't risk my guard attacking that infernal Oblivion gate. We'll hold the walls and hope for the best.
So yeah, everyone has a gate to deal with. Will you sell me a house?
Really? It just so happens there's a mother shack overlooking the canal.
Should we buy
It's not much to look at, but the smell will soon make you forget how ugly it is.
What? It's funny that... Is this like a haggle option? I think 4,000's a fair price. 4,000 for that, no thank you. Or I don't think I'm ready to buy. Why do I get two ways of saying no? Is it because one of them haggles him down? I don't think so, right? I think I get two ways of saying no because one is for when you have no money. And the other is for when you have the money but just choose not to. Realistically, this middle option should disappear, maybe. I don't know. Well, let's try. 4,000 gold for a smelly old rundown shack. I already have a smelly rundown old shack. I just moved out of it.
If you didn't have the money, you shouldn't have wasted my time.
Oh, jeez. It's not about the money. It's about this crap old town.
Really? It's not my...
You ask him again. Really? Yes. All right, go on then. 4,000 gold's a fair price.
Very well. I'll have my steward register the deed of ownership. Here is your key. It's a squalid little shack, I'm sorry to say. Oh, and the place is fairly bare. If I were you, I'd head on over to Nilowin at the fair deal and get some furnishings.
Might do
or
that.
you could always eat off the floor. Doesn't matter to me.
I love that eat off the floor line. Do you know what that makes me think of? The Sims. I've never been much of it. I feel like I'd really like The Sims. There was one period when I was a teenager where I was a bit into The Sims. I think it was The Sims 3 I played a lot of. Maybe it was only Sims 2, actually. I was a little bit into it. But I could never get my Sims to, like, eat off of tables. They would always eat off the floor. They'd put their plates and shit on the ground and eat off the ground. And that game basically devolved into, I just wanted my Sims to be happy enough to sleep with each other. And then after that, I was like, oh, there you go, I've done the game now. Okay, so look, I'm here to offer aid for Bruma. You've given me the luxury of buying this rundown shack. Thank you for that.
I wish I could help. I understand the need to help defend the heir to the throne. It is a duty we all share. But with an Oblivion gate threatening Bravil, I need all my soldiers here.
Yeah, I'm asking for... Okay, so he won't help Bruma because there's a gate.
Good day.
So if we go to quests here... I spoke to the Count of Bravil. He said he would be glad to send help if only his own city wasn't threatened by a gate. So I should close the gate outside Bravil and then talk to the Count again. So I know what you were thinking 5 minutes ago. You're thinking, wow, what's WP talking about? Oblivion's amazing. There's so many quests. Look at all these options. You've got all these mini adventures down at the castles and towns now. What fun, amazing affairs will go on here. You're going to learn about why the Skingrad guy is hiding up in his castle. You're going to learn more about this racist bitch. You're going to, learn more about, I don't know, who else stands out to us? Her, maybe she'll sell us a house. No, guys. It's just close a gate at every town. That's it. So, like, there are maybe there's a potential idea there that this might have been a really cool grand part of the adventure. But it's just close gates at each town. And you'll get a couple of guards. And I guess that Bethesda knew that this would be tedious. So effectively, this all became relegated into becoming optional. But so there, we got a gate to close. And thankfully, I have my chameleon thing. Now, we don't have to escort guards for these other ones. I'm 99% sure, so it really will be so simple as just going up to get the stone. So I'll see how that looks.
What can I do for you?
What can I do?
Farewell.
I don't want to bag the LP down with another 20 parts of us just closing gates. That would be pretty lame, wouldn't it? So, thankfully, we have this strategy here. Sorry, over in chat, someone asked... Oh, it's scrolled off screen. Oh, no, it hasn't.
You've got the hands of a smith. Must have spent some time repairing your gear.
Yeah, I've been in the menu a few times. Yeah, sorry. WP, are you going to put Oblivion on hold when the new GW2 patch comes out next week? Yes, I am. GW2 obviously is
Go take your break. My feet
what
are
people
killing
watch this
me.
channel for. And, oh man, you know what? Even Bravil has its moments. Look at that. It's what people watch this channel for. I'm excited to play it. So yes, this will be going on hold. There's a world where I rush to the end of the story for this and close this whole LP, but I don't want to do that. And we've got the DLCs and stuff to think about too. Well, we've done a few of the DLCs, but I mean like the big ones, like Shivering Isles. So yeah, we're gonna this will go on break for a few days. I mean, sorry to be blunt about it, but it's a GW2 patch. It's not going to be that long, is it? It'll be 2-3 days. We will cover it. I will always be there. I've always made that promise to everyone that look, when Arenanet makes content, I will cover it. I've fallen out of love of doing fucking shill videos, like trailer videos. Oh my god, so exciting! Are you excited? You should be excited. I'm excited. Here's this thing that's on screen that you can see as well, but I'm going to say it out loud. Here's another thing on screen that you can see as well, but I'm going to say it out loud.
I'm listening.
Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. That's essentially what a trailer video is, and I'm a bit over it at this point. You know, back in the day when I was really, really keen on where the story was going, and a trailer would come out more than a week before, and you know they were really innovating a lot with each patch, and there was a lot less expectation. I feel like I could authentically do a lot of those videos, but now not so much. Right, we need to. So yeah, I haven't done a video on the what's it called, Absolution trailer, but I will be there to cover the patch itself. And yeah, that'll be next week. Let's see. Right, Soul Trap. I do want to recharge this axe. I do love that now that it's lost its charge, it doesn't look frosty anymore. And it does look really fancy, doesn't it? I love the shadows. For want of a better term, the ambient occlusion on it. Right, by the way, so that guard helped me with the clan fear. Are you not going to do anything, though? Is that it? You're not coming in here? Is this the same gate, by the way? Because we've seen this has been open for a while. It is the gate that they want us to do, right? Make an angry video about the new legendary back piece. Yeah, I've heard people think it doesn't look very good. Look, it's just that thing. I've made a fuck ton of legendaries in the game already. I'm not really. It's not that. It's not this ultimate conversation anymore to me about the state of what one legendary looks like. At a certain point, we need to reset and have a new RPG. You know, you can only put so many legendaries in. You can only put so many mount skins in. You can only put so many armor skins in. Or indeed legendary armor skins. So there's a war gate here that we would need to open. But we can just jump around the corner, right? So these are all, like I said before, there are something like 6 or 7 layouts for what Oblivion actually looks like. I think this is one we've already done, right? With a gate in front, or maybe not. A slight twist on one we've already done. And the thing is, in the remaster, with the fact that the gates reopen as well, I mean, that really just means this is just... They're just kind of a form of generated dungeon, really, at a certain point. So yeah, I think what a lot of players do when hunting for sigil stones is they end up knowing all the layouts really well, and they can just go zip, 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 done. You know. Speaking of sigil stones, actually, we got one, didn't we? I haven't even looked at it. I assume it's worth a good amount of money. I don't actually see it on the list here. Is it... It wouldn't be in magic, right? It wouldn't... It's not... I'm probably just blind. Hold on, let's look. The rings, Volendrung... Azura's Star... The War Axe... Alchemy Staff... Alien Statue... Silk... Flawless Sapphire... Is it not worth any money? Oh, there it is. It's not worth any money. So there you go. Transcendent Sigil Stone. Look at how cool that is. That actually reminds me a lot. You know, we're talking about LBA recently, with the new music and all that. By the way, they've called the sequel Twinson's Odyssey, LBA2 is the original title, Twinson's Odyssey. They've renamed that to Purple Empire now. And the concept art coming out with it and the reimagining of the places looks really dodgy. I don't know, man. Anyway, this reminds me of getting like the fireball. Look at it. Looks so cool. I love that you can actually see like these different elements etched into it. Right, so this Transcendent Sigil Stone has Dispel on Strike if it's offensive, or if we put it on armor, hey, Spell Absorption on self. That's pretty good. See, Spell Absorption, right? That's like the Atronach Birth Sign. It's got 15 points, so that's maxed here. So 15. So we would need 7 items, I guess, right? To become, if we found 7 of these, 7 of this exact Transcendent Sigil Stone, and we put it on everything, amulets, rings, and all that, we would be immune to magic. We wouldn't just be immune to magic. Anyone who casts magic on us would give us magicka. That's honestly a really good one. So, like I say, people roll for these. Like, they'll save, they'll pick it up, they'll see what it is. If it's rubbish, they'll reload, and then they'll pick it up. And if it's rubbish, they'll reload, and so on and so on and so on. Dispel on Strike is interesting, but basically never going to be really useful. Looks like Saruman's Orb. Yeah, like a Palantir, like I mentioned earlier, yeah. It does somewhat. I'm hoping that invisibility wasn't running out while we were in the menu. I think it hasn't. This ruined portal to the Gore Steeple. I was going to say, is this a teleporter? And I think it is, yeah. Okay, what else we got here? Is that an absorb spell as magicka type deal? Yes, exactly. That's exactly the idea. Oh. Jesus, sorry, I'm trying to read chat and bumping into walls and stuff as I go. Oh, we're visible. Uh-oh. Oh, God, that's a lot of spiders. Oh, God. Oh, God, and a fucking storm Atronach. Rabbit. We got it. Oh, there was an expert calculator there. All we got to do is survive for a few seconds. And now, I don't think it would teleport all the enemies out with us. And there you go. So that's a gate closed. That's as simple as the gates closing has to be. You really love this strategy. Just invis the whole way up, pull the stone. I know, right? It's funny to think you could make a potion, right, that's chameleon and fortify athletics and fortify acrobatics. It'd be like the ultimate, you know, Oblivion Gate Explorer's potion. You could do the lot all at once. So I closed the gate outside of Bravil. I should speak to the Count about sending aid to Bruma now that Bravil is no longer directly threatened. I love the colours there. So let's see what the Count says. There's the, speaking of Shivering Isles, there's the mysterious island. So there are enemies out here. It looks like a spider Daedra, because it's got a spiderling here. You know what this game doesn't do very well as well? And I think Skyrim's the same. It doesn't do horde encounters very well. Like lots of enemies around. Oh, I forgot to fucking soul trap. You know, I want to fight a shit ton of spiderlings, you know. I want them to swarm me. I want to see loads of goblins. Not with the performance getting bad, but really good. Ah, it's like I said earlier in this series. If this game's combat was like Vermintide combat, it'd be so epic. It'd be so, so, so cool. But there's a certain scale and scope to that I just think this engine can't really handle. Alright, we've cast... let's soul trap him now.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
No, don't kill him until I soul trap him. Don't kill him, don't kill him. Oh. Okay, thank you. Oh, and that gem still wasn't good enough. Wait, is it... Hold on. Is it just unbound? No, it's bound. Alright. Well, that's good. Now, as for all the other gates, I don't know whether that gate will necessarily never open again. I'm kind of curious about the fort there as well. It looks cool now that it's ruined there and broken. Oh, Jesus, that was quite cool. I was expecting fully to be able to explore down there, but no, of course not. Like, that thing about fighting hordes of enemies, there's so much conversation at the moment about, like, the engine that they're using and the kind of things that they can do in their RPGs and whether they change it up. I think this mixing with Unreal has been absolutely brilliant. I think I saw an article a few days ago with an ex-Bethesda dev speculating as to whether they can do something like this for ES6. And their speculation was that there's no way, and they won't. But, I mean, it's working for this remaster well enough, I'll say that. Right, let's walk through town here. What I'd like to see is if the if that shop is nearby and we can buy the upgrades to our shack.
Me children are starving. Please help. I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids.
Alright, there you go. Have a coin, beggar.
Thank you, kind sir.
Not that I've ever seen your kids.
Blessings of Arcade upon you.
And I'm beginning to believe there are no children in Oblivion. The great mystery that is. Let's see. The fair deal, that's it. It's just in front of us on the left. Nice. Horde would make armor leveling a dream. Well, I mean, you have to assume everything would change with it, right?
We all owe you a debt of gratitude for closing that Oblivion gate. Thank you.
Oh, look at this. Everybody talks to us now. This is cool. So what are your rumors now that the gate's closed?
Apparently, some fool tried to resurrect the Crimson Scars in Deepscorn Hollow. The Dark Brotherhood will not like that.
Well, I neither know what the Crimson Scars are nor what the Dark Brotherhood are, but we'll deal with that, I guess, in time. That's Mayrune's razor
Have
again.
a look around.
Right.
You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Can we get to 75%? Let's see. So, here, the house, dining, kitchen, racks, assortment, reading, storage, and wall hangings. I'm curious, because this is... Oh, we can do 75, nice. I'm curious because...
An excellent deal.
This is another shack, so how different is it to the waterfront shack? I'm very curious about that. Also, while we're at it and we're trading books and deeds, you can have my Battle of Zancator. And you can have my Brief History of the Empire, Volume 3. Oh. I kind of got a collection in... Whatever. I was going to say, I've got a collection going in Leowin of these digital books, of which there are only 4 volumes, and I only have 2.
A pleasure to serve.
It's like I'm collecting, you know, commentaries.
Farewell.
Commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes. There you go. That's technically a quest finish there, by the way. I don't think the house ones give you fame. They shouldn't, anyway. Hoarding property should not give you fame. Sorry. Just, Look, UK political there. It should have people spit on you. Here we go. It's only a small island. And it's filling up with immigrants to keep the pensioners paid.
You look skilled in alteration.
All right, yeah, what do you think, Regulus?
It was you that closed that Oblivion gate, wasn't it? That was a brave thing to do.
It was, thank you. Are you going to be nice to me now? Can you send some guards for Bruma? See, this is just a weird... It's just, like, I get it. Structurally, I get it that they're sending you all around the province to help Bruma out, to help them with the upcoming gate. But the fact that you're closing gates at each place to just shift the guards to the other gates, I don't know, there's something odd about it.
Thank you for closing the Oblivion gate that was threatening Breville. I will send my guard captain, Viera Laris, to Bruma's aid.
Alright, there you go. So he sends one guy, thanks.
I've sent Captain Laris to Bruma. She is one of my best soldiers. I'm glad to be able to help defend the heir to the throne.
See, look, they all know the heir to the throne is there. What do you think about rumors now?
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
That's odd. Why are you telling me that? That's got nothing to do with me.
You too.
That's not prescient in any way. That has no relevance. Oh, look, there he is. He's leaving. We can actually see... Oh, my God. See, this is what's cool about Oblivion. He's actually going to travel there now. We're actually going to see him walk all the way. Look at this.
I look forward to fighting these Daedra side by side with the hero of Kvatch.
Sorry, she's going to go all the way. See, here's another proposal for how this story could go, right? Maybe I meet her in town, and if you're going to do the gates at every town thing, maybe she's Captain Bird. She comes with me into the gate, right? Maybe I convince her to fight by my side. We bond. And then it's kind of like, you know, it's like a superhero ensemble type situation, in as much as, you know, or like a heist movie or something. We're bringing all the talent together, and then at the end, we're all working together. You know, we get to see Vieira fight next to Bird, and it's really cool, because I love Bird, because I spent ages doing that quest with him and murdering his friend. You know, but I really like her. And they all have different little stories, but you basically don't meet these guys until they run off. With a couple of exceptions, a couple of the people that you can recruit right now are also related to separate quests that just happen in those towns. And if you wait with those quests until you do this one, you get extra help. And that's something I've actually done on this LP. There are a couple of quests in Cheydinhal. Cheydinhal is the big one, I think. And maybe in Bruma itself, actually, maybe. There are some quests revolving around the guards in both of those towns I haven't done yet. And if you wait until this point in the main story, it's kind of a benefit to you. I'll show you when we get there.
Won't anyone else send help? We can't be the only city willing to come to Bruma's aid.
Oh, that's really sad. Well, I'll do my best. I'll try. See, she could... Bethesda have to imagine where we get this dialogue from. Do we get it here in the courtyard like I'm doing it? Or is she already at Bruma, camping out, waiting for something to happen?
The Count used to be a great man, but power and idleness have spoiled him. However, we remain loyal in memory of past kindnesses and to serve Breville.
You just called Bard a snake and a bastard earlier, I think. Did I? I don't think so. He's a lovely man. He's brilliant. He's my favourite.
The Lonely Suitor is a fine place. Brogram Grogalish is very focused on making it a success.
Cot says, does anyone in chat know which quest WP was doing in Imperial City when the Mythic Dawn agent is involved? Scavenger hunt of some kind. I finished the story. I wonder if I locked myself out of it. That sounds like the DLC quest. That's either the bit with Boris, where we meet Raven Cameron, the son. Is it Raven the son, or is that the daughter? Which, there's no way you missed that. That's main story. That's Golden Path or whatever. But maybe, you must be talking about the DLC quest. Which I'm still in the middle of, actually. That's why we're here.
Farewell.
Farewell. Farewell to you two. I love that half-hagging... Oh, no.
Armor.
I was going to say, the tabard there looked like it... Even there looked a bit wasted and desolate, but no, it looks pretty good. Everything's just run down here at Breville. Right, so where's my shack? I don't know where my house is here. A Warlock's Luck Skooma Den. Seriously? It's just called Skooma Den? The Fair Deal. Didn't they say it was down by the water? My Breville house, there it is. So we can actually see it on our left. Is that it? That looks pretty grand. Oh, I bet it's that tiny little room over there. I bet it's the one way off on the left.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, having Ulrich from Cheydinhal unfortunately pass away in the gate. Now, that sounds like a cool ending to that. The Archer's Paradox. Okay, door to my house. It says it's trespassing. It's my house. What? If it's DLC, you're probably not locked out. Well, it's deluxe edition. It's if you pay £10 more when you're buying the game, you get access to some stuff. Alright, so what do we think of this? By the way, check this out, right? This is cool about Breville. The Breville house interiors obviously look a bit different. The walls are more run down. You get cobwebs, you know, black mold growing. They're a bit shabby, but that also means that sometimes they have different things baked into them. And you get these really cool cupboard features. Look at these. Look how cool that is. That actually opens and closes. None of the other, like, house interiors have anything like this, I think. I don't know for sure, but that is cool, you know? You get a chest in a cupboard there. We get 3 gold for ourselves there. It's very odd that you get to just buy these places and they'll... Oh god, that pot is not a container this time. That was just something I took into my inventory. Get an apple, a corn, and an onion. Bit more onion commentary. Yeah, I mean, this is alright. Do you know what? This is very similar to the Leowin house. It's just like shack style. So what have we got? You've got like a pantry again for potion stuff, but not a little pot on top. But you do get 2 chests of drawers, a chest, another chest, maybe the same amount of containers. This is more of a bedroom, I think, and this... It's just a bit... Ugh. And you can imagine it's smelling, can't you? I don't know, I think I can. Well, there you go. There's the Braville house. The Braville shack. And I'm not being funny. This might be sad. I'm sorry to admit this, guys, but that might be it for the whole Let's Play. I don't think I'm ever going to go back in there. Ever. Especially since they think it's trespassing for me to go in there. My own home. Yeah, I'm just going to buy that and use that as an Airbnb. So that, like, the soul of the community shrivels up and dies, you know? And, as more and more of us do that.
You
and
look
that's
skilled
it.
in alteration. Maybe you can teach me something.
Greetings, Imperial. Did you see?
That's funny. Oh, I thought he was calling me an Imperial there, but no. Right, okay, so, Braville, there you go. We closed the Oblivion Gate. That's good stuff. Now, oh, that guy that was talking to the gate there, that was a magical little moment, wasn't it? That was the guy we saved from the nightmare. That was the guy from the nightmare quest. Living his life now. Out doing whatever. I mean, maybe we'll go back to our shack at some point, since it's the closest port of call to the Shivering Isles one day. Oh, I almost rode that horse. That would have been stealing. Where's my horse? Oh, there it is. I'm always concerned that I'm not going to see my horse, but it is there. Okay, brilliant. We've had a run of good weather in game here, haven't we? Where the hell is the gate? There. Fence? No, surely not. Surely I'm not meant to ride my horse out of that tiny little fence gate. There must be an actual gate. What? Really? Alright, I guess so. Still looking a bit invisible here. What do I have to do? Unequip all my gear and then re-equip it? Isn't that it? I don't know what this bug is all about. It's something to do with, like... No. Now we're just a naked Argonian on horseback. That's the dream, isn't it? Right, everyone? If you could be invisible for a day, what would you do? Well, experience the thrill of running around butt naked. No one's any the wiser. It's like some proper degenerate, deviant stuff there. Okay, off to Mingo Cave. Wait, so I love this, by the way, seeing all the quest marker objectives all at once. So, there's not many quests that you get 1 billion objectives like that in the game, right? That's quite a novel experience. Even in modded quests, I don't remember getting that often. It really does just blow my mind in some ways that there was never like a main quest expansion project. There was never a project where one guy, even just one nerd, everyone was always interested in like adding other world spaces or doing their own quests or doing, you know, total conversions or, you know, bringing Morrowind back or it's always that. But the idea of enhancing what the devs started out, that really captivates me. Like I mentioned, that's half of what I fucking do over in the Stellaris community. That's half of what I did in my FF12 LP. All the tweaks and stuff I did to the engine and changes I made was just to enhance things that the engine was capable of, and you would get a richer game as fed by the devs. You know, you just got to think of, you know, games never ever. There's this thing these days where people always go on about like, you know, people release games unfinished and then patch them later, and it's an outrage. Well, you can say that sometimes, and there are obviously bad examples of that. But on the other hand, you know, no game is ever finished. When is art ever done? It's very difficult. Especially, you know, art that's produced by lots of people. Oh, look at that, by the way. There's a very special creature there and some minotaurs. I didn't really want to be here. Art made by lots of people on, you know, with a budget, with a time constraint. They obviously could have kept doing more with Oblivion. So the idea that modders can come along later and, fed by that initial studio intent, try to realize the vision more and just expand on what's there, That to me is a beautiful thing. That's the best thing, because no art is ever completed, but the modders can try to get a bit closer to completing it. And, you know, that's so much cooler to me than just totally out of, you know, out of pot, completely manufactured stuff like TCs. But I'll admit, when I was a teenager, those were the things that interested me more. And, you know, people are very upset about games that release unfinished and then they get patched and patched and patched, and, you know, that's somehow bad. But on the other hand, it's just the technology allows us to do that now, you know? And it allows them to get a little bit more complete before finally putting the thing in the bin, discarding it for whatever else comes next. Okay, I have arrived near Mingo Cave. Perhaps I can infiltrate their ranks if I don their robes before entering. I've done something very weird here, by the way. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Please. Soul Trap. Ready? Soul Trap. Weakness. Oh god. What the fuck? I bet that Soul Trap's ran out now. Hold on, we're taking big damage. Need to regen more magicka. Okay, finally. Did we get it? Okay, we did. And now we can recharge it and hopefully start getting some more souls as we go. Yeah, Soul Trap on the weapon does have its limits, because as soon as you start fighting NPCs, you get in trouble. We're still in combat. With what? There's an enemy over there. What is it? A mud crab? Oh. It's a minotaur. By the way, these are called Minotaurs of the Grove. There we go. We captured another soul. Perfect. Look at how much charge we get from that. So good. Yeah, Minotaurs of the Grove, because we just stepped into a very magical, special, weird place that I'm going to be going to in a minute in this episode. But we ended up there early because I was ranting. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, Mingo Cave. Right. This is a vanilla cave, but with the new, you know, deluxe edition. What is that? Oh, it's just a tree. I thought there was, like, you see that shadow at the base of the tree? I thought it was a Spriggan standing there for a second. Looked very vaguely like it. Okay. So we got to go in wearing the armor, don't we? So we're going to, once more, just as we did in the main story, and I don't know why they've done this. You're going to make a new quest for the game, and you're going to just copy-paste something that's already in the game. Oh, the Grove. The Pale Tree sends her regards. Indeed she does. Alright, so here we go. So we're in. Now, this has changed, apparently. This is just a remaster thing. I've never played this. I've had a cursory glance at what happens. Hello, Mythic Dawn. Do you know what? I'm going to save. I'm going to hard save. And I'm going to go to the main menu. You would pay money to be an enemy empire in a WP Stellaris LP. Now that's a fascinating idea, isn't it? Doing an LP, but it's multiplayer. I am so far away from that project. I'm very, very, very disappointed in what the devs did with 4.0. They've really let me down. What you guys have to understand with that game, right, is they've done a couple of reworks over the years, yes, but there was no need to do this most recent one. A lot of elements of the recent one. And so, like, I've been following their dev diary. They do this magical thing. I implore every studio should do this. Every week, they clue you in with what they're thinking about, what they're doing, conversation back and forth, press for the upcoming expansions and DLCs and stuff. Every week. Really good. Really cool. Anyway, so I've read for weeks now, for years now, the past 4 or 5 years, all these diaries and improvements that they've done with AI and with performance and reiterating on this and that and genuinely improving the game. And they just threw it, like, all away with the most recent update. So, you know, I was, like, getting my my installation just how I wanted it, you know, with my own mods that I was making, with my own tweaks, with my own changes, getting it really perfect. And they've just thrown everything in the bin. The game is, like, just the core game, let alone how I'd want to tweak it. Just the core game is probably years away from being a good experience again, in my opinion. And I'm not being... that is a very extreme thing to say, but... and they're patching really hard. They've done like 14 mini patches in 3 weeks. They're pushing really hard to try and get some semblance of a playable game back, but it's just terrible. If you're in if you go to Discord or the description for this YouTube video, I have a link to the Spud Steam group. So you can join our Steam group. We have a a little community there, much smaller than here on YouTube or in the Discord. And we do have a Steam group. If you go there, you can see my reviews. You read my review of the recent Solaris stuff. I think it's quite eloquent. It's just a crazy patch, a real shame. So yeah, any semblance of a project I had for that is much further away now than it was at Christmas. At Christmas, I was like kind of getting to the finalizing stages of it, but nope, not anymore. Anyway, sorry about that. That's a complete tangent. Right, and we fixed our membrane effect. So, hello, Mythic Dawn agent.
We are blessed by an envoy of Lord Dagon.
Oh, are you? We certainly never saw an envoy of Lord Dagon last time. We saw Mankar Cameron. That was pretty crazy. But then he ran away to paradise. So they have an envoy of Mehrunes Dagon this time? Another big enemy? So maybe there will be something for us to see here.
We are blessed by an envoy of Lord Dagon.
Okay, they all say the same thing, do they? There's Mythic Dawn commentaries. Oh, is that stealing? I don't think it is stealing, actually. I think they're fine with me doing this. But yeah, the reason I mentioned the Steam group is because it's a Steam review that I wrote. It's funny, I've written a lot of Steam reviews, all different games that I've played recently. You know, Undertale was the one I did before that. This one, like, you know, you can get like likes and comments and awards and stuff when you write a review. I was actually getting them on that Stellaris review. It's got like 36 like awards and like people are like leaving comments under it and stuff.
May the Sovereign of Destruction be with you.
Some guy amused me. He called it Shakespearean, which is really cringy. And that's not a humble brag. He called my review Shakespearean. But I think the only reason he did it was because, one, it's fairly long, as obviously, because apparently I don't know what brevity is. Actually, I try really hard to be brief about that. But I think it's because I use like one of those little, you know, there's the Windows emojis. If you guys don't know this, go to any text field, hold down the Windows key, and then type the full stop button. The period, if you're American, right? Hold Windows and tap full stop. It will pop up a little menu for you with like lots of little icons. And they work in a lot of different things. So I like had a scroll one of those in the review. And I also used the word quibble. And I think that those things subconsciously like affected that guy. He was like, oh.
May the Sovereign of Destruction be with you.
So remember, Mehrunes Dagon is all about destruction. So what do we got here? There's a cage with a skeleton in it. Another cage with another skeleton in it.
Come, mortal. Our prince's power is closed.
Wow. So
bow to the will of Mehrunes Dagon, and take this puny imperial life to assert your hatred of the Septims.
Okay, this is pretty interesting, right? So this is Dremora, obviously.
Burn him! Light the pyre!
So this is like a Daedric NPC, right? It's a girl. It's a feminine one. A feminine Dremora. They basically didn't exist in the game until this quest with the deluxe edition, which is pretty cool. Or I think there were maybe some very generic weird ones somewhere, but they never had any voice acting. There was never any dialogue for any of them. So this is kind of a new thing that they've done here. She looks pretty cool. I do think it's a bit silly how clean and nice her teeth look. You know, she should be like a Peter Jackson style orc, right? She should be gross. I don't want to see those nice chompers.
Be quick about it, mortal.
Look at that. Way too clean. All right, fuck her up. Rip an eye out, you know? Give her a hobbled nose and mess her teeth up. Anyway, we can ask her about the Imperial Guard.
Light the pyre. Prove your worth, mortal.
So she's Mehrunes' Harbinger. Now, she's actually immune to damage, as far as I understand, and she's essential, you can see, because she's got the crown there. So there's no need to try and attack her. But yeah, this is just like the other quest, right? Where we had the Argonian. I mean, it's shorter. It's done in brief. We never ran through here. I just want to have a... Oh, there are just two ways into the same room. Oh. Maybe? Oh, greater D-spell. Look at that giant Ken Ballet. Wow. And yeah, it's a trapped person again. Oh, they killed a rat at some point, did they? Difference this time.
Kill me!
difference this time is no matter what you do, you can't actually save this guy. He's always stuck in the cage. And in fact, I read on Wiki that if you like climb up over the cage and interact with him, which is really difficult to do, it says on the top left, the Imperial Legion soldier seems too terrified to talk. And it will always be that. He will always be crouched there, always crying. So we could burn him alive. I mean, we already committed one murder today, am I right? I have obeyed Mehrunes Dagon's will and reduced the guard to ashes. I shall request my reward now. So we could speak to the thing, or what you can do is not kill him, and you can obviously decide that you're a hero. Should we do voluntary? No, this is fine. The War Axe of Frosty Order. My cover is blown. I have no other option than fighting back because I took off my stuff.
Who's there? Damn rats. Always you are the dawn like a god you pray to.
Get the soul trap on.
Lord Dagon will welcome your soul in Oblivion.
They're pretty tanky, eh? That was quite a lot of costs. So there you go. I've killed all and everyone. Although this Dremora looks sturdier than others. So there's 3 ways to do this. Kill them and be the hero. Burn that guy. Or kill absolutely everyone. And here's what the Harbinger will say if you kill everyone.
You wrought destruction amongst insects and amused him. While you may think you oppose him, he is eternal and will always prevail. The Sovereign of Destruction offers you equipment befitting someone as bloodthirsty as yourself.
That's a great line.
Crafting it is beyond mortal abilities. Hence you'll need to summon me whenever you need a new one.
Why do you want the Dremora to look more British, WP? With the bad teeth. Oh, God. Yeah, so, remember, Mehrunes Dagon just likes destruction, right? Change, destruction, fucking things up. So, if you choose to be the hero and you kill everyone, Mehrunes Dagon's happy. The emissary's happy. If you burn the guy, he's happy. If you kill everyone, he's super happy. So there you go. We kind of did the secret third ending there a little bit, which is a bit sad.
The dawn is breaking.
What can I say? I don't totally relish killing all these people. More NPC deaths, by the way. I do generally want to play a good guy. So I don't know if that counted as another murder, by the way. Let's have a look. No, it didn't. Technically, it wasn't a murder. Let's say we put him out of his misery, you know. Largest bounty, 1,000. That must be for the murder. Killing someone must give you a bounty of 1,000. That's got to be it. And wow, that guy actually survived for a second. So, there you go. That's the end of the quest. It's done. Oh, no, it's not. I've spoken with the Harbinger. She's taught me how to conjure her at any time if I wish. I should try it and see what I can do. Yeah, so she gives you the spell. I don't know what it's set on self, I guess. There you go. Summon Mehrunes' Harbinger. Now, remember I have this thing that allows me to delete spells. Don't delete this, obviously, because I don't know if you ever get it back. This is very, like, hastily made mod level stuff, right? It just says script effect on self. And it has this weird icon. And it can't be silenced, apparently, as well, which is interesting. Wow, immune to silence is up there. Is that what powers say, usually? That's funny, that they have that whole bit on the UI, but don't use it much. So here's what we do. We cast it. I can now summon the Harbinger at any time. Will she fight for me? Is she a new thing that any 0-level conjurer can do? No, no, no. She's just an NPC. I can obtain items imbued with Mehrunes Dagon's power. I should speak to Snack Grabura at the Chestnut Handy Stables about crafting a matching set of horse armor. So, yeah. So this is quite interesting, right? Horse armor is its own DLC in the original that a player might not have. So had this quest came out for the original, it'd be like, how would that work? You wouldn't be able to go to him to buy the horse armor because you wouldn't have... You need like all 3 pieces of the puzzle, right? But In the remaster, because the baseline horse armor and the wizard's tower and all that, because it's all integrated just baseline into the game, they don't have that issue. They're at their liberty to make a new quest, such as this one, that talks about Frostcrag Spire and talks about the Chestnut Hat and Stable Horse Armor and talks about anything. As it happens, they've only done 2 quests, and this is it. So, yeah, but there you go. So anyway, so we do get more horse armor, apparently.
Be quick about it, mortal.
So yeah, we got like a Dommy mummy now that we can summon at any time. And she's not too bad to look at, is she? Yeah, we'll ask her about equipment.
Which of my lord's boons do you require this time?
And again, just like that other quest, we don't get a bazaar, like a merchant menu. We do it through dialogue. So I'd like a weapon or an armor piece.
A meaningless choice. Be more specific.
Well, they didn't let me be more specific, did they? So I like blunt weapons.
With what do you want to crush your bones?
Oh, that's cool. I would like to crush with a... we could say all of them. How much do they weigh? Let's just say a war axe for now.
Take it, mortal. You dare ask for more?
Yes, please.
I will allow you to ask for... Which?
I'd like armor.
A meaning.
See, look at this, by the way.
Which?
Oh no, I'd like an armor piece. I read that as please for a second. I'd like an armor, please, which would have been broken. But no, I'd like an armor piece. And then I like heavy. And I'd like a full set, please. All of them. See, and this listing can only ever be in alphabetical, so all of them's in the middle a bit awkwardly.
Enjoy the might of Mehrunes. What else do you want?
So this is the Cataclysm set. Boots of Cataclysm, Cuirass of Cataclysm, Gauntlets of Cataclysm. Now this sounds fancy as hell.
I will allow you to add.
And then maybe we can get the Cataclysm armor later as well. So how's our inventory doing? Well, see, we're good. We've still got plenty of space. I don't regret doing that feather. That's awesome. Obviously, we only just got the order stuff. So we'll wear the Cataclysm stuff maybe in an episode or 2. But it will happen. So keep your eye out as the series goes along.
You cannot escape.
Oh! Oh! Wait. Oh, that was amazing. Wait, so is there actually nothing down there? Oh shit, that's cool. What the hell? Wait, so I've come in this passageway that wasn't open before. Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, I feel bad about all the death, guys. Hello. It might not be so easy to see anymore, but I am still poisoning a lot. Like you saw his health going down.
You cannot escape the master's vigilance.
Just waiting for them to ball up before I get my...
Like the gods you pray to.
Hold on, let's...
I do not fear
Oh
death.
my god. Yeah, I think, look, when I double cast the weakness, it puts us in like one-shot territory. We just AoE one-shot all of them. I'm not meaning to do that. That feels so cheaty and broken. It's unreal. Look at how insane that was. Oh my god. But yeah, if I cast this twice and then I blast them with frost, they are exploding. Like we just got a triple kill there. Like very easily. Okay, cool. So that's that quest. So now the quest should be done, right? Yes, it is. So what have we done? We've seen our Frost Atronach, who died immediately. We've started the Sankator thing. We've started closing gates around the world. We've done the Crimson Cave. Ah, yes. Okay, so if you remember, we found 2 Daedric shrines in the process of doing this quest. One of them was Hircine, who asked us to find a bear or a wolf pelt. And then we pretty quickly found a bear pelt. I've been lugging a bear pelt around with me. So let's do that. Let's go give him his pelt. And he's just to the north here of Mango Cave. And those crazy Minotaurs of the Grove that we just saw, well, you're about to find out that they are they're very relevant to what's about to happen. Can you get more than one set of heavy? Say if I wanted 3 full sets? I don't know. I've never tried. I mean, all I've played is what you just saw. I assume you can just put it in a box and then just ask her for more. You can enchant them all in different ways, I suppose, right? It's funny, actually, that this is... Was Hersene's Shrine the second one that we went to as a part of the quest? Because it's also close around here, you know? Questing in the Braville area. You know what, maybe what they were doing with the deluxe edition is they were saying, okay, the main quest takes you to Coral and all around these northern places, but it never really pushes you to Braville. So let's do a quest that pushes you to Braville, which is essentially what they've done there. Alright, hello. Remind me what's going on? Hunting Towel?
You have been told what you need to know. Your path is now your own.
Oh, well, I need a reminder, please.
Anvil is all in an uproar.
That's funny. He talks about Anvil for some reason.
Do not test his patience.
You're not going to be upset. You know, why won't they leave us alone? Why won't they just be nice to us? That's very good. I like how soft the city looks there. And the tower, too. Oh, okay. He's right on my ass staring at me. So we go, Hersene. It looks like a man with a minotaur head, and he's got a wolf at his side. He's clearly hunting. He's got a spear. I was reading, by the way, about all the things... You know, I mentioned earlier that spears were a weapon that was in Morrowind in the earlier games, but got removed in Oblivion. Like, every single one of the new games, they've removed stuff. It's not just spears. Morrowind actually had lots of classifications of weapons that are just kind of gone now. Like, one of the Daedric artifacts in that game is called, like, a sickle. It's like a sickle weapon that you've got. What were some of the other ones? There's like, quite the list. Skyrim in some ways reclaims things by adding crossbows. There's no crossbows here in Oblivion. Anyway. So, do you wish to make an offering? We can offer a bear pelt. I guess this menu is for if we had also a lion pelt, sorry, a wolf pelt as well, we could pick which of the items we want to do. Let's do the bear pelt.
Summoned my prey. The hare crouches before the fox's muzzle. Perhaps I should ask you, mortal, sent you to hunt for my amusement. In Arcane Grove is a quarry worthy the chase. First named, last tamed. The unicorn runs wild there. Bring me this creature's horn, mortal, if you dare.
Okay, after I made the required offering, he has a great voice as well. Hersene was summoned and he spoke to me. He told me that he desires the horn of a unicorn. Oh, I love unicorns. Oh, okay, I may be able to find a unicorn in the Harsane Grove. Harsane Grove. I'm going to go with Harcane, maybe. So, yes, I don't really know. End the video. I don't really know, but I think there's only one unicorn in this whole game, right? Am I wrong? This was one of those funny things where Mart's Monster Mod would add a bunch of shit like this, and it just sort of felt like it didn't fit. I think there's only one unicorn. I might be wrong about this. It's involved in this quest. You can find it before doing this quest. In fact, the Grove I accidentally walked into a minute ago when those Minotaurs of the Grove attacked me. The Minotaurs were defending this beautiful creature, the unicorn. So unicorns are in the lore. And he wants me to kill it. He wants me to hunt this super special, super rare thing. I think there's only one unicorn, and you kill it, and that's it. It's over. I might be wrong. I'm trying to look at chat nice and closely here. Watch out for Voldemort in the Dark Forest. Yeah, we're going to feed on its blood. We're going to feed on the unicorn's blood. So you can find it. Remember these Daedric quests are... Remember that they often have high level requirements. In the remaster, we're leveling so fast that you sort of don't even see them really. But, you know, so it's like get to level 7 or something. It's not something you do instantly in this game usually. So it'd be very, very common for people to find this grove before the quest. And in fact, look, the grove is just right here. It's really, really, really close. So there's a dead deer. So here's the unicorn, look. So it's, for all intents and purposes, a white horse with a horn. But what more do you want from a unicorn, right? A My Little Pony style magical crazy entity. Look at how muscly it is, and look at those veins. Jesus Christ. Do horses get like that IRL? Fuck me, so vascular. Look at that thing. Look at how angry it is. Look at it. Look how veiny its face is. Did it kill this deer? So, I mean, I'll take the venison. I'll take the venison over here as well. So you kill the minotaurs, you can get to this without even having Hersin's quest. Now, you'll notice that when I'm mousing over it, I can get on it. So there you go. You can ride the unicorn. I don't know how quick it is necessarily. Compared to like other things in the game. But it can be your horse. So Kerry showed me this. Do you remember I said when I started this series I had played already? I'd gone outside, I was a bit disappointed by the trees or whatever. Do you remember I said that? I did that with Kerry and we just ran down here and she showed me the unicorns straight away. So this was actually the first thing I did in the remaster a couple of weeks ago. The very first thing I did. Because you could just grab this straight away. As it so happens with the horse armor DLC, you can get a free horse pretty quick anyway. But yeah, for players that were in the know. Now the thing with this unicorn is, I think it sometimes randomly attacks you. It gets pissed off with you and it will like hunt you. There's a weird thing in this game, right, where enemies that are hunting you will never stop chasing you. Even if you get really far away from them, they are following. And like if you go to jail, they'll appear, because time properly moves forward, like seasons move forward or whatever while you're in jail. Things will like wait for you in the jail cell, and you can get like the unicorn just coming at you out of nowhere trying to kill you very commonly. Did I end up going past the goddamn shrine? I did, whoops. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right? You ready to kill it? Well, let's see how it does here against this bandit.
I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
So then I don't have to commit the ultimate sin.
You're pathetic.
Oh, it's going to be so shit, though. Horses are so bad at aiming in this. What is going on? Here we go. We're going to go 1, 2. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh, God. Did I hurt it? It looked really angry at me for a second, but no, I think it's fine. So take that elven stuff. Mithril. Strong potions. Oh, it is pissed with me. All right, yeah, it's angry with me. Okay, so we're going to go south. Let's go up the hill to the shrine. Let's really impress these guys, shall we? At this shrine. Oh, I'm sorry, horsey. I mean, this is probably because I friendly fired it with my AoE. But it can attack you regardless. It can get pissed with you regardless. And I don't think it, like, stables or something. It's a bit weird as a horse. But here we go. You guys going to help me out? Look. Ursine. Oh, it refuses to come up the hill. Or are you just stuck? I think it's just stuck on that rock. Come on, you're all hunters, aren't you? What if I get them friendly fired accidentally? Here we go. Oh, cunning plan. Oh, there you go. They look perfect. Come on, get one of these ones sitting down. Is that good enough?
Ha! You'll never take me down.
There you go. There you go. That's got to be it, right? No?
Show me what you've got.
He shot her. Oh god, we're gonna cause a real commotion here. All right, come on, get over here. Come over here. I'm really sorry that this had to happen. Hersine has decreed it though. So what more do you want from me? As long as that guy stays ranged with his bow and arrow, I'm all right.
Mud crabs more fearsome than you.
So can we soul trap a unicorn? The enchanted item's about to deplete. Yeah, we can soul trap a unicorn. You've captured a soul. Well, come on in. We'll use your soul for the next schmuck that gets in our way. Oh, I can take that guy's arrows now. That's quite cool. And there you go, a unicorn horn. Special ingredient. You'll notice most have 4 effects scripted onto them. This only has the 1. There's nothing else to even discover about it. It would give you fortify health, which is cool. You know, this whole idea of unicorn blood or material or whatever giving long life. Fortify health is a good way to model that, I think. So there you go. That's the unicorn horn. That's what he wanted. I have killed the unicorn. and I've retrieved its horn. I should return to the shrine of Hersin. I feel like the Daedric quests have a really good function in this RPG. It's so, you know, there's that thing that a lot of devs talk about, right? When you have an RPG and you can play good or evil. You know, take any game, whether it's Paragon or Renegade, whether it's open fist, open palm, closed fist, whether it's a game like BG3 where you've got lots of ways of doing it. Devs always talk about how the fact that like 90% of all players always just play goody two-shoes. And that says something nice and rich, I think, and good and decent about society. But, you know, the amount of people that go a bit deeper with these products and, like, really role-play something uglier or, like, try to see the other content, there's very few. 90% of people just play the good path. So when it comes to, like, the dark path, the bad things to do, a lot of people don't do it, and they miss out on the content. And when you're the dev making that content, or when you're the project manager assigning funds for one thing or another, it's easy to say, well, people aren't going to do this bit, so no, that gets a little bit less attention. But I think that the Daedric quests here in these games are quite good, because your instinct is to be that 90%, be good, be nice. But then you get some quests that go tell you to indulge in these evil things. And I don't know, it opens you up a bit more to, okay, maybe I will murder a guy, maybe I will be an arsehole. Maybe I will kill a unicorn, you know, like, I don't know, like, I think it's, they serve a good role. There you go, anyway, I killed the unicorn.
Yes, Hunter, make your offering. Did you taste its flesh and drink its blood? Never waste the spoils of a kill.
Oh yeah, I tasted it.
You've pleased me, Hunter. Take my token and wear it well. Hereafter, take your prey and whisper my name.
Yeah, Valen, you've got a good point. Evil in an RPG where ultimately in all these games you play someone very competent at fighting, right? Whether that's magic or stealth or whatever, you're a killer. You're incredibly powerful, right? You're going toe to toe with demons or whatever. You can kill average people. When you are inhabiting a role like that, when you're a powerful entity, which you're gonna be in a game like this, it's quite natural then that if you're a murderous bastard, if you murder hobo around or whatever, it is going to be the easier path quite often. Why bother sneaking or whatever? Just kill the guards. Why, you know, and embracing that can be a difficult thing to do, I guess. That's why, like, like I said, and I remember you did a stream series on this as well. I never watched you finish it actually in the end. But one of my favorite games is Disco. And in Disco Elysium, you get to be... It's an RPG, but you're not like a powerful character. And suddenly a lot of the choices you make are very rich there to me. Because it's like... There's no easy way out in a lot of times with that. Because, you know, you're just a detective. You're just... And in that game, you're drug-addled, out of your mind. Going through withdrawals, trying to figure out what you're doing. Hersin was impressed with my skill in hunting the unicorn. He has rewarded me with the Saviour's hide. I tried playing a little bit more Phoenix Wright this week, but I don't know. I always get a little bit in, but then stop. It's another good example of a game where... but you don't really get choices in Phoenix Wright, do you? So, I don't know. But you don't play someone ultimately powerful. Alright, so what did we get from that? We got the hell... Oh, no. What did we get? This. This is an interesting item. I got a bit of UK trivia for you all here. Saviour's Hide. Now, unfortunately, it's light armor. It's got a cool effect on it, though, as you can see. Resist magic. Sorry. There you go. 25% resist magic. That's not bad at all. What's interesting about this is its name. Oh, and it looks pretty fancy too. So this appears in a lot of the games. S-A-V-I-O-U-R. Ooh, it's British English. We've got the U in there. Thanks to the French. This is how I would spell the word savior. But of course, Americans, also known as simplified English, Americans would write it, without the U, which I don't think there's any problem with, just to be clear. But, and this is an American product, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time, this is not supposed to have the U. In all the other games, it's just OR. But in this, whoever wrote it kind of kept the U there. And so now on the wiki, there's like a big thing about like they have to call it that with a U, and people end up editing it to try and fix it. But then no, it needs to be spelt this way because that's how they had it in Oblivion. The unofficial Oblivion patch fixed it, air quotes. Well, not air quotes, it is a fix, right? Standardizing it with the house style of the rest of the product by taking the U away. I was wondering if the remaster would do the same, but no, the remaster's just left it as is. And actually, the more I play the remaster, the more I realise Virtuous didn't really get that stuck into the nitty-gritty of this game, did they? It was mostly a visual work that they did on this, with a couple of token changes at other little areas. That's what the remaster is. Anyway, so there you go. Or maybe I'm judging that early. Maybe there are more fixes and stuff in there that I'm just not noticing. Will I be wearing it? No, because it's not heavy armor. I mean, unless we transition this character to being a blade and light armor before all is said and done, that would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? But yeah, nice. All right, guys, I can't believe... Oh, no. I was going to say, we've finished everything I wanted to do today. Okay, so last of all, as I mentioned, let's go now to the Imperial City. Now, what I'd like to check out is if we can meet High Chancellor Okato. That would be pretty epic, if we can actually do that. Let's do a proper save here. Because we still haven't met the guy. Not once. So we're just going to fast travel straight forwards here. To the palace. Hopefully it will still be the middle of the day. I don't know, it was 1 PM when we started the travel. I bet it's evening. But we'll try and ask him for help with Bruma. Oh, it started raining.
How are you?
What time is it now? It's... Oh, sorry, no, I guess time had already moved. It's now 1. Okay, that's not bad. So he's in the council chambers. This guy can be quite hard to find because obviously a lot of this area is off limits.
All citizens are welcome
there you go.
in the Imperial Palace, at least on the first 2 floors.
Handy. So yeah, he's a high elf.
From the Blades, did you say? Joffrey sent you? What's this about? Quickly now.
Which is maybe notable. Okay, so yeah. Can you offer any aid for Bruma?
This is terrible news. Under normal circumstances, I would dispatch a legion or 2 to Bruma immediately.
Oh.
But the circumstances are not normal.
Are they not?
Are they? I've been pleading for troops for Cyrodiil for weeks, but the generals assure me that the entire Imperial army is already fully committed. Besides, I'd have a full-scale political crisis on my hands if I tried to pull any troops out of the provinces. I'm sorry, but the cities of Cyrodiil will have to fend for themselves for the time being.
It's funny to think of these huge armies, right, defending entire provinces that they could feasibly... I mean, he's decided not to, but there's a world in which he could march those back here to defend Bruma. Like, it gives you a very broad, grand scale of things, you know? You know, months and months of troop transport to get them there. But no, so instead we get no one. From the Imperial City, they don't give you a damn thing. You don't close any gates around the outskirts of the Imperial City, and they don't give you anything for Bruma. That's it. We can ask him about the Elder Council.
Don't worry. The Elder Council can govern the Empire perfectly well until a new heir can be found. Truth be told, most of the Council has returned to the provinces to deal with urgent local matters. But we are in regular communication. But the Inner Council still holds regular meetings. We have the situation well in hand, I assure you.
It seems a bit creepy and oligarchic there a little, doesn't it? Why is making it American fixing it? Well, it's like I just said. It's the house style, isn't it? It's consistency. It's a game made in America. All the text is American English. You can't randomly then have some British English in there, you know. To keep it consistent, it would be a fix to make it consistent. That is not the form of a language that this game is using. So, it probably should be written with the O. And even if you want to be less heady about it, just that specific item is in other games, and it is spelt differently in other games. Just consistency with the item itself. So, yeah, I would call it a fix. It's not a fix that's in the remaster.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. I thought we were going to do some real sneaking around. Because now that we have chameleon tech...
All citizens are welcome in the Imperial... State your business.
Well, I don't know. You got anything cool to tell me? Rumors?
The Kvatch Oblivion Gate has been closed.
Yeah, I know. We can beat the
Farewell,
bastards.
citizen.
I know. That was yesterday's news. What about the Bruma Gate that's been closed?
Remember.
What about the Bravil Gate that's been closed? Look at that. That's 3 of the 8 city locations have been closed now. Don't you think that's quite important? All right. Well, there you go. So that's High Chancellor Okato. While we're here, we haven't been to the arena in forever. There's been like multiple episodes where I've been like, let's go to the arena. And then we've run out of time. So let's actually do it. Let's take this badass new armor. And let's do, I don't know, 2 rounds at least. Let's kill a couple of these chumps. Now, I don't know how weak they're going to be, but I assume fairly. And then I want to cap out the episode with one other little thing. I mentioned at the start. I'm wondering how many of you guys can remember what it was. But there is another thing. We got to do his quest as well at some point. Arenanet. Whoa.
I'm a busy man. What is it? Come on, Bloodletter. Don't lose your momentum now. Keep fighting.
All right, Owen.
Get a move on.
So we're going to take this heavy raiment. Oh yeah, I said let's take this badass new armor. We can't even wear it, obviously. I mean, we can wear pieces. Look, we got the helmet. We got some stuff. Look, the armor values on it isn't that bad.
Come on, Bloodletter. Don't lose your momentum now. Keep fighting.
Can you stop scowling at me? See, I don't get the personality wheel with him either. So his disposition to you is largely fixed to your progression through the arena storyline, which I think's cool. And how more of them could have been done.
I heard a rumor that you're an idiot. Any truth to that?
Yeah, okay, maybe I am an idiot, all right? Maybe the personality system needs to have broad value and it needs to be applicable in a lot of ways. I don't know. All right, here we go.
Your next opponent wears a heavy raiment, but attacks with a short sword. She's like a heavily armored wasp and has the temper to match. Careful.
Okay, thank you. I'll be careful. I will bludgeon her in the head with my amazing axe. Oh, we're finally over encumbered. That's all right, though. Plenty of feathers left. Well, I say that, actually. It's only a couple of feathers left. Here we go. Whoopsie. You've been playing ESO. It's funny that the Kvatch town has been rebuilt, and now it's a hyper-religious cult town. They went the other direction after the Daedra attack. Oh, man. You've made me so... I really, really do want to play Elder Scrolls Online, guys. Look, when the 14 project is done... Elder Scrolls Online, honestly. I mean, who'd be along for that? We can create a guild over there. We can do so much stuff.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena.
God.
You came to watch these two bloodletters do what they do best, and they're dying to prove their worth. So let the bloodletting begin.
Yeah, let's bloodlet. Let's let some blood. Let's get our frost poison on. Let's make her weak to poison. Weak to ice. Weak to ice again.
This is the part who falls out and bleeds to death.
And let's hit her. Did she cleanse really quickly there? No, she didn't. So every time she strikes, her health stops degenning. She got some kind of cool enchantment.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team. Leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
You've earned it. Skyrim never had an arena, right? I wonder how many people missed that. Elder Scrolls Online is basically a better game to LP anyway, since it's essentially single player. I mean, it's not like this. It has first person, right? I mean, that's one of the things that titillates me. I think the first person is cool. It gives you a really cool sense of the world. Very immersive. I like first person. I've never played an MMO with satisfactory first person. There's like that glitch you can do in GW2 where you get your weapons out. I don't even know if it's still possible. But, you know, like, clearly the game's not made for it. The UI doesn't support it. The combat doesn't support it. The exploration barely supports it. It didn't even release with it, you know. It's just clipping your camera in. I like the idea of an MMO with first person.
Okay, so you killed the Breton. Don't get a big head. Here's your payout.
Sorry, Owen, I've got to be honest. All this questing and adventuring we've done, I'm getting a pretty big head, yeah.
My Red Room got its paint job from fighters like you. After you disemboweled the next idiot, I want you to smear his blood all over the walls.
He's starting to like us. Okay, I'm ready.
Next up is a dark elf. I've never seen him fight before, but he's got a bow as well as a sword. So be ready for a ranged attack.
It's funny, it is nice having all the arena quests consolidated here in this one place. But on the other hand, the idea that they're all... So I was reading a bit of... I might have talked about this in the last part, but there are like stats in that loads of players beat the arena. This is the quest line that most people finish in the game. I think more people beat the arena than the main quest. Is that right? And then it's the Mages Guild. and then it's Thieves, Dark Brother. The one at the bottom, the one with the lowest completion rate, you know, on Steam you can check the achievements and you can say, is the Fighters Guild. And so people were speculating why that might be. Why do so few people finish the Fighters Guild? And the theory being that it makes you fast travel all over Cyrodiil. You're going all over the place, and it's easy to lose your thread with it. And so the arena being all consolidated in this one place avoids that, and you could say as a perk. But I don't know, the travelling all over kind of is one of those things that gives a purpose to you travelling all over and living in the province. I don't know, like, I think it has its own merits too.
People of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. Just look at the yellow team's dark elf. You can see the murder in his eyes. Can the blue team's bloodletter even hope to survive?
Let's find out. I don't know why that keeps bugging. I'm ready to go. I got murder in my eyes too. I mean, we literally burned a man alive today. Oh, we're actually out of poisons now.
Victor from the blue team, leave the arena now and rest. You earned it.
There's something a little missing from the combat in this as well. It's cool that he starts with a bow and he's far away, but we close the gap so quickly, thus forcing him to swap to dagger. And you know, that happens a million times all over the place in the game, right? Loads of archer enemies. It feels like it's sort of, like it's cool that it's there, but I don't know.
I'm a busy man. What is it? Good work, Bloodletter, or should I say Myrmidon. That's right, you've risen in rank. You know how it works. More blood, more gold. Here.
Nice. We're a Myrmidon.
All right, Myrmidon. Time to stop messing around. You ready to teach those yellow team scumbags a lesson or what?
Oh my god, look at how quick we're rising through the ranks here. Yeah, I'll do a Myrmidon match.
Don't be fooled by your next opponent. The little dagger he uses is actually a powerful enchanted weapon called Shimmer Strike. Now go get him.
Okay, so this, I don't know how the bug. Well, I think I do know how the bug works. I might show you how it works. So you're not meant to be able to loot people in the arena, right? So this Shimmer Strike thing, you're not meant to be able to get, but you can. And I think I remember how the bug works. I'll show you guys.
Good people of the Imperial City, welcome to the arena. The yellow team's combatant has slain many opponents with his magical dagger, Shimmer Strike. Let's see if the blue team can end his winning streak.
Or will he end mine? So basically, I think the way that the bug works is this. You know how sometimes when they die, they drop the weapon? What you need to do is kill him, and as the weapon's falling to the floor, like in the first few frames, you need to quick save and quick load, and then you need to like grab it out of the air as it's falling after the quick load, and in that way you can take it. I think it's something like that. I don't really know why people want Shimmer. This is quite cool. He is pretty flighty, isn't he? Oh, this is good. He's actually leveling our heavy armor up. Let's get a bit more block trading in, shall we? Here we go. Let's play with him. The little wood elf. Look at him. Oh. Look at us. We're a giant lizard towering over the man. Maybe it's because block levels based on XP of how much damage it's actually blocking, and because I have quite high armor, it's not actually blocking anything. Maybe it's something like that, which is why my block's leveling so slow. Oh, he dodged.
Good people, we have a winner. All hail the combatant from the blue team. Victor from the blue team. Leave the arena.
And rest now. You've earned it. Okay, thank you very much. That bug there where it cuts out early reminds me of the weird GW1 audio bugs that were happening when they moved from XP and the direct sound stuff broke.
I'm a busy man. I guess you told that wood elf what you thought of his magic dagger, huh? Here's your gold. Nice going.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're hungry, Myrmidon. I can see it in your eyes. You ready to feed that hunger, huh? You ready for another match?
All right. One more.
No surprises with this next one. Just a high elf with a chip on her shoulder. Get up to that arena and make her beg for death.
Okay. Actually, no, not one more. We'll do that later. We'll stay as a Myrmidon here. I don't like the idea of doing 2 ranks at once. There you go. Let's put that back in. I'm hungry, Owen, but later. I like that we can leave with a match ready to go in progress there. Now they're just sort of waiting on us. This should get us kicked out of the arena here, really. Because we're fucking around with them. This is basically us fleeing in terror. Okay, so, last thing I wanted to do here, as I mentioned at the start of the episode, is heavy armor training. Speaking of heavy armor... Wait. No, sorry, blunt training. I need to find Arenanet in the Imperial City if I want her help in blunt weapon training. So she lives in the city somewhere. Looks like up near the market district, maybe. Nice orange autumnal trees there. So let's see what we've got. Should be up here, right? Why don't I have a marker then? That's strange. Well, hopefully it works out. I'm a mermaid now. Oh, sorry, what's this? It does have good first person. It's not terrible, but it doesn't work well in dungeons, obviously. Yeah, because I assume there's loads of players, loads of enemies. I assume it's going to be another game where they don't encourage you to fan out. To me, the best kind of party-based combat, right? You have to find a mechanic or a reason to get people to fan out of it. Guild Wars is like the absolute worst example as far as PvE is concerned. And World vs. World. I mean, fuck it.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. She's just sort of standing around out here. And you're not wearing heavy armor. Hello.
I'm Arenanet. If you needed to know more, you'd already know.
Well, I do know more, actually. I know that apparently you're very good at heavy armor training.
You've got quite a past, don't you? Left some bloody trails. You tell yourself they all deserved it, right? With a body count like that on your head, you're my kind of person.
Holy shit.
You want training? Fine by me. Be sure and put it to good use.
Holy shit, what? What is she talking about? Hold on, we have 2 Imperial City topics now as well. Eh? Is it because I murdered that one guy? Would the dialogue be different if I didn't do that? I'm not proud, no. Okay, what do you think of the Imperial City first?
To know the right things, you have to know the right people. Ida Norman, Mandil, Samuel Bantian, and Arthralos are the right people.
Who the hell are they? And now what do you think of the Imperial City?
To know the right
She
thing.
said the same thing. Are they all trainers around here, maybe? Where do you live? What do you do? Why are you in leather?
You've got a lot to learn.
Why are you such a... Oh, sorry, she's the blunt trainer, not the... I got that confused multiple times here. Okay, so times trained this level already is 5. And I don't actually want to spend our training... Yeah, usually they give you a quest, right? Usually you get a quest from these people. I ain't got a quest from her. So what was it? Her quest must have been...
Farewell.
Her quest must have been... like number of kills or something, right? I don't know. What stat could this potentially have been? People killed? Maybe she wanted like over 100 people killed or something? Anyway, so there you go. She's like the master blunt trainer. And where actually are we on our character sheet here with blunt? We're at 82. So we're doing alright, and the final tier is our shield from the power attacks gets stronger. I don't know how much stronger. In all reality, guys, I don't really care about that perk, unfortunately, because we'll be at the 85 cap anyway. Via potions and spells and stuff. We've got too much shielding, and the game doesn't really support it. But, you know, whatever. So we'll slowly work, and also we'll just slowly level this as we continue to hit things. There is the heavy armor thing as well, though. Now that I'm a little bit more interested in. We do have the quest for that too. So heavy armor training. I've been told that if I want additional training in the use of heavy armor, I need to find a man named Pranal, who was last seen at the Roxy Inn. Now, what's the Roxy Inn, I hear you ask? Yeah, it's a place that has not appeared in this LP yet. It's to the north of the Imperial City. So here's a cool little moment. Let's go back to the sewer exit. Right where it all began. Might have been a bit more interesting to save a moment like this for near the end, but hey, whatever. So there it is. There's the view. The birds in the sky. The Wizard's Tower we now know. The dungeon we know. The Iliad ruins. Beautiful stuff. Now, but what we're doing is we're going up to an inn that's just on the far side over there. Is my horse? We're doing it without a horse, apparently. Oh, and we're doing it without armor. Oh, God, I ran up to her naked earlier. Sorry. Oh, God. I'm in combat. Oh, God, also, we're going to be careful about what we equip here. I don't want to accidentally wear the Cataclysm stuff and ruin the money shot. Here we go. There's probably some kind of mud crab somewhere. A mud crab that will no longer nuke us. Oh, man. Oh, wow, the sun rays there. Look, I love how the God rays are actually moving as it goes down the hill. Look at how good that was. As soon as that goes out of sight, how dark is it going to get? We should see all the light below that hill disappear, really, at that point, shouldn't we? I'm going to have to do have some moments where we turn the time scale up and just, like, watch the environments. That shit's going to be so pretty. Such a shame you can't do stuff like that for, like, montage videos in GW. So I'm clearing my hard drives and stuff out now that Zeus is done, and I'm getting another series underway, and, you know, some of the things I've been doing the past 3 days. I found buried... I was organising a lot of stuff, like, a lot of, like resource files and stuff that I have for different games. And I found a, like, 100 gig file that I had buried in, like, one of my resources folders of, like, a bunch of... like cinematic shots and views from GW for, like, do you remember that Beauty of Tyria video I once did? Anyway, I distinctly remember when I was shooting that, I wanted the timescale controls like Oblivion has, like Elder Scrolls games have it just in general, so that the sun would move through the sky. I think at some point a fan made a tool for that for Guild Wars, but then it got shut down. Okay, this guy knows. Yeah, you fucked that mud crab up. Yeah. Oh, that was cool. He sliced straight through it, blood all over his blade.
Yes?
Yes.
If you've got to travel, by the 9 divines, stay on the roads. The wilderness just isn't safe anymore. We've had sightings, you see. The Daedra.
It was dangerous enough anyway. The mud crabs were deadly, the bandits were deadly, the ghosts were deadly.
Carry on.
Jeez, the goblins were deadly. Oh, is he going for another one? Looks like we do have it. There it is. Look out! Thank you. Thank you, sir, for dealing with those mud crabs for me. All right, beautiful. So check it out. This is the Roxy Inn. Now, this puts us on the northern road, right? The Red Ring Road. We've never been here. Funnily enough. We cut down from, like, the north. There is a very... I think it's here. There's a very... You remember Hactor? It's like a small town. There's another small town we've never visited called Allswell. Very early game. You can effectively get a free house there if you start the game. I think we're going to do that on the next episode. But for now, let's see who's in the Roxy Inn. Oh, there's a guard outside. Hey.
What can I do for you?
He's just sitting in the chair. That's awesome.
Move along.
No, you move along. You're clearly off duty, not doing anything, and I'm at my liberty to sit right next to you. All right? Oh, this is quite romantic, isn't it? Okay.
How goes it?
What brings you
Fantastic.
What's new with you?
I heard there were some goblins
How
down
are
here
you?
recently.
Fine.
Awful
And you?
creatures.
Fantastic.
met.
Can't stand the
What's going on
sight
with
of
you?
those creatures.
I understand
Safe
Daedra
travels.
worship has become increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isle.
Way shrines of Arte confer blessings of health on
Do you know what concerns me about all those guys there? They're clearly in leveled gear, which suggests to me they might be enemies of some kind.
So I've heard.
Heard any news from the other province?
What can I do for you?
Hello, Pranal. I heard that you're good at heavy armor. You're not in any kind of good descriptive stuff either. You're in just your small clothes. Town
Training?
clothes.
Goodness me, I'm retired. I'm afraid combat doesn't interest me anymore. All that matters to me now is Malene.
Malene? Who's Malene?
I'm no fool. I know she'd never be interested in an old man like me. It's enough just to be around her, to be in her company.
Creepy or
Well,
romantic?
if you're dead set on learning something from me, then how about you do a little something for me first? Something for her, to be honest.
Okay.
I'd like to get her a gift of a sort. Nothing terribly fancy and something useful. How about a nice silver pitcher and a set of 4 glasses? Here's 50 gold to cover the costs. That should be more than enough. Come see me when you've got everything and we'll talk more.
This is really weird. That's such an early game feeling task. He gave me 50 gold. First of all, I like that he gave me real currency. I can roleplay now, and I can take that and do whatever the fuck I want with that. It's only 50, so it's nothing. Any player that has 75 heavy armor, that means you're getting hit a lot. 75 heavy armor, they're going to be reasonably late in the story. Even if you're like an orc that is the warrior and has the knight class or some shit like that, I don't know. You're still not going to have it that high. I don't know, or can you? Can you start at 75?
With all the farms in Nibene, there's still plenty of forest and wilderness open for settlement.
Yeah, let's settle a place, guys. Let's settle a place and make it a YouTuber's paradise. Yeah.
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent.
I don't know how to make this request any simpler, but to put it bluntly, Raylan the Gravefinder must die.
Whoa. Hold on. I'm getting you some cups, all right? I don't know what this murder business is, but I'm not interested. If I can get you some cups, and then that guy will train me. If I murder, he'd best train me as well. What are you talking about? Raylan the Gravefinder?
A few months ago, that witch of a necromancer decided to inhabit Moss Rock Cavern just north of my inn. I don't know what she does in there. Frankly, I don't want to know. However, I do know that after she arrived, the woods at night became unsafe. I've seen undead of all types walking in the dark woods near the cave entrance. Now, this area is getting a bad reputation, and my business has waned.
Oh.
Every day, it seems the number of undead increase. If someone can get into the cave and kill Raylan, maybe we can stem the tide. Her death pays a handsome bounty. I hope you'll take advantage of the opportunity.
Okay. So the Gravefinder's repose. We've got a little job there.
Still no news out of Elswell since everybody vanished. Strange business.
Oh, Elswell? I just mentioned that. Everybody vanished?
A small settlement to the northwest of here, on the other side of the Silver Road to Bruma. We've had travelers through recently that say it's turned into a ghost town. Everyone vanished without a trace.
Whoa. Oh my god, look, we're getting all this stuff here. Quest added, 0 visibility. Yeah, that road, the Silver Road to Bruma, we never went on, remember? We went on the road that started at Coral, so we never went up there. Oh my god, we got a lot here.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Now, is it possible I can buy the cups and the platter off of her and give it back? Honestly, I thought I was going to be asked for ectoplasm for this quest. I must have been thinking of a different one. But I thought I was going to be asked to demonstrate some ecto. Right, well, that's a lot to think about there. A lot to think about. I think we should go to bed for the night.
There's a bed, of a sort. It ain't much, but it gets the job done. 10 gold a night if you're interested.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's upstairs, second door on the left. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Okay. Well, there you go.
You've already got a room. Nothing more I can get for you.
Thank you very much.
Raylan will finally get what's coming to her.
Oh, you know what? There's usually different outro dialogue. If I had collected the Raylan quest and then closed, she would have said that. If then I separately did the Ayleswell thing, she might have said something else. There you go. We just got 3 quests here. Crazy stuff. Don't know what all those guys are doing. But let's take a sleep. We have a lot to reflect on here now. We're finally going to hit level 19. We saw the sunset outside. And, you know, things didn't go too well in Oblivion there. But I'm sure it's fine. Let's have a good sleep here. Let's have a good 10 hours. Ready, everyone? Actually, hold on. For no reason at all, I'm going to be hard saving here. For no reason. I mean, it's going to auto-save anyway. Sweet dreams. The air grows chill. And a shadow approaches? Well, whatever could that be? I guess we'll find out next time. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you on the next part of the LP at level 19. All this crazy nonsense here. Close another gate and see what that strange thing that just approached us was. Thanks, everybody. It's been lots of fun. I'll see you in the comments. It was great to have you guys in the live chat. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ta.